We are ready. We are ready to go.
We're here.
No more waiting for Jules. All right. Welcome, everybody. This is Jules, and I am joined by Apples here.
Hey, everybody.
My boy. And we're going to begin the top 8 now. So, the matches are as follow. Cat is going to go against Kuroh X. Acer is going to play against Florian. Mephisto will go against Westland. And then we'll have Darien versus Grey Wolf. Oh, those are some really good top 8 games. I can't wait to see them.
There's some hype matches in there. Even starting at the first game, Cat versus Kuroh X should be a really fantastic game. It's a bit of a run back from the last KPC.
Yeah, and actually, Kuroh eliminated Cat last tournament in the quarterfinals, and then it was him who won KPC. So maybe we'll get revenge here in the same stage, or we'll see Kuroh just advance. What are your thoughts on the game, Apples?
Honestly, I think Cat's gonna come out swinging. He doesn't lose very often, so I'm sure that he wants to get back in there and show that last time, maybe not a fluke, but that he can definitely outplay Kuroh and take this. So. But I think it'll be a very good series.
Indeed. And I can't wait to just see what this two can bring to the game. Both players' decks are just incredible. And there's a lot of mortars in this tournament, and in the top 8 only.
Oh yeah.
And I'm already scared to see what the bans are gonna be. So we got the bans, which, by the way, are private during this stage. Players will communicate the bans, and once we know both bans, then we'll let the players know what they can't play. This won't allow players to counterpick, so it will be a closer stage, in my opinion. We'll see.
Yeah, I think this is a really interesting change. It kills some of the rock paper scissors. We kind of had like a rock paper scissors thing going during the last KPC, towards the finals especially, where you would see somebody play a deck and then the next deck's guaranteed to be a counter, and then it's back and forth with counters like that. And while that's not bad gameplay, this allows it to be more of a well, I don't know, you don't really get that predictable nature. It takes a little bit more.
So looking at the decks, what do you think they'll ban?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see Mordar bans from either of them. Mordar is a very oppressive master. I
don't know, I'm scared about Kuroh's Volko. I'm always going to say the same. Volko is, in my opinion, the best tournament master.
I agree. I completely agree, actually.
We do have the bans, and you're right. They both banned Mortar, which is actually a good choice. I won't lie. But I don't know. We'll see what they can play without the Mortar. Maybe we'll see some Milloween from Cat, and we're actually going to be able to see the Volko from Kuroh that I'm so scared of. To be honest, I can't wait.
Oh yeah, Volko played at this top level is definitely a very capable master. You can really just get good wins with the afterburner damage.
Yeah, it's so scary.
But also the Clear Skies Cat from Cat, the Clear Skies Miller from Cat. We're starting actually with Apep versus Ravager.
So game 1, Cat and Ravager, and Apep for Kuroh. Some good luck, have fun while players decide whether to open themselves or wait for their opponent to open up. And Kuroh's actually going to win this battle. The opener for Cat was Tantrum Throwers, which is actually one of the best openers, but the Sniper Squad from Kuroh will just eliminate that really easily. And the Scrat Tank is actually really good.
Yeah, the snipers here are gonna actually win for the cleaver too.
They're gonna kill everything.
They're just tearing up everything. This card recently buffed the sniper scrats. And we're seeing a lot of it and seeing the power from that small adjustment.
Here comes the Wolf Among Sheep. Was tanked by the Shield Guard of Light, but it's taken a lot of damage, and it actually pushed it off range from Ravager, so Ravager can't hit the Wolf. And look at that, Shield Guard's almost dead. But Kuroh plays his own.
Yeah, he plays his own Shield Guard in the top, with the crossbow dudes behind it.
Dragon Ball, but oh, the Combustion is actually going to kill the Whelp, and now it's half HP Brutus hitting APAP.
Yeah, it's not that scary. He doesn't have a lot of support for that Brutus. I mean, it is just kind of chipping away a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's not as terrifying without the extra minions behind it. You know, the follow-up damage.
Yeah. Definitely something Cat does not want to have.
Now that's
Brutus
actually
alone.
that could actually be really bad. You see, you played the Wolf Among Sheep there into the Cleaver. I'm not sure which one actually got the Wolf, but it might have got the Wolf there. It might have actually. It did.
Yeah, it looks like it did.
That's actually really unfortunate for Kuroh.
Oh no! It didn't.
No, never mind.
We were jinxed.
Yeah, that Wolf Among Sheep was hiding with that 1 HP.
But look at that. The Shield Guard is again about to die, and all it did was just clear out a few Legionnaires and the Wolf.
Yeah.
Now, Soul Stealer from Kuroh gonna get rid of this Shield Guard.
And you quick play of the totem just to make sure it doesn't do any damage if it did get a charge off.
Here comes the Dragon Ball from Cat. Gonna ensure he kills the Soul Stealer and also gets the bridge. And Cat already planning to play Combustion of the Cleaver, which is actually gonna be a bad play.
This Cleaver gets to face though, it gets a good bit of damage off, and Kuroh is taking a lot here. He does have the APEP perk too to defend himself, but you don't want to get low against this Ravager before perk 3. Once the Ravager perk 3 comes out, it can be very deadly.
I was surprised that Cat didn't combust the Cleaver to get the Succubus really low.
Yeah.
That's a good Screaming Scar. Look at the Whelp just try to chase it. And also deflects a lot of the damage from this Wolf. But again, the Snipers are just really annoying for Cat.
Yeah, they're just overall a very strong card right now.
Cleaver goes and kills one Sniper, while the Shield is just going off at him.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Cleaver actually hits. Oh, no.
It gets the second hit off, but it doesn't get. I don't think that's actually a lot of value for the Cleaver there.
It really isn't. I think Cat was hoping the Cleaver would hit the Shield Guard there, but it actually hit the crossbow dude. And now this Shield Guard is chipping Cat away. Now, we haven't really seen a lot of Ravager from Cat in previous tournaments. And Cat has said it himself, Ravager is a really hard master to play, mainly because you pretty much rely on Brutus from perk 1 to deal a lot of damage. And if you can't actually pull a lot of damage, you're going to have to wait for perk 3. And perk 2 isn't that great of a perk.
Yeah.
Oh, this Cleaver is going to go down really quick. Oh, but actually
it does get an extra hit off. That's actually really good for Cat. And Kuroh plays this totem out to stop the damage from the shower, maybe just to cycle.
Wait.
It's not...
Did he get Flightless Dragons from perk 3? I think he did. If he did, that's actually amazing.
Yeah, it's
the Terror Brutus is just going to have a really hard time.
Yeah. Kuroh's taking a good bit of damage again.
But here comes Terror Brutus.
Now this is going to be the very, very important moment. How well he deals with this Terror Brutus.
Plays a Cleaver with it too. Here comes the Dragon Ball. It's going to miss the Marines, which is really unfortunate for Kuroh. Now the Whelp is dead to the Marines.
And this is a very, very healthy Terror Brutus still coming through. There's a full shield guard here. The Cleaver does go down. Now he does have the totem
goes the totem, but Dragon Ball right into the totem, removes it. Shield guards
and the
combustion is gonna kill it all. I think this is over.
And that's gonna be game. Cat's gonna take the game here for sure.
Wow.
Very well played with the combust to deal with the flightless.
Combustion proving to be a really good card with Ravager. That was great. Let me tell you, that was great.
That was definitely a really solid match. Well played.
I was actually scared that the Terror Brutus was not going to be enough, mainly because of flightless dragons, but I completely forgot about the combustion.
Yeah, the combustion's a great answer.
Not only he also killed the soul stealer that was behind phase.
Yeah, he also had it very well supported with the Marines. Unfortunately for Croker, he didn't get the Marines with the Fireball or the Dragon Ball. And also, there's the full shield guard there. That's a really massive push. That's hard to deal with.
Yeah. Oh, man. And it's already started differently than past KPC, where Croker 3-0'd Cat. Maybe we'll see Cat go through? Or is
Cat
it time
coming
for
out
Croker
swinging a little bit here.
And now we see Ravager again from Cat, and Croker goes to the Volko.
Play cards.
Now, this Volko is going to be interesting, because it has Magma Storm available for him, and the Shield Guard, Brutus, the Cleaver is going to be are going to be in trouble with this Meme Storm. Let me tell you, it's going to be hard for Cat to get good value from his perk 1 and 3.
Yeah, there's definitely more answers for the Brutus, or easier answers for the Brutus.
I think that Cat needs to split up his pushes a little bit more here. But we'll see. Shield Guard coming out from Cat already. He didn't want to play the Dragon Ball because of the Zhao, which was really annoying, but also really good for Croker. Oh, this Brutus is gonna get shredded by the curse. Here comes the Meme Storm.
My game actually crashed. I'll be just a moment.
That's alright. Now, Croker gets to the bottom bridge with a Stin. But he hasn't been able to get a lot of pings from perk 1. And just when I say that, he gets a ping with his sniper. Cat has combustion in its hand, but he can't combust the tantrum throws to kill the sniper because they were just off range. Here comes Shield to kill the sniper, while the top bridge is being contested by this swarm of minions. And it looks like Cat is actually going to get top bridge.
Alright, I am back in.
Oh, this combustion is going to kill the Scrats and get some damage off the chopper, but still...
The chopper's still alive here to take the bridge for Croker.
Perk 2 available for Cat now. This Cleaver and Shield Guard with Frenzy are going to be annoying.
Yeah, very, very good buff for them. Well played on the Tantrum Throwers to deal with that Sniper, and also the Illusory and take the bridge.
Here comes a Cleaver top bridge, and is getting the Dragon Ball ready. Good Screaming Scrat to tank the face damage.
Yep, just careful to play these smaller minions to tank up these Cleaver hits. He doesn't want to let it hit his face. You know, it's really trying to save that HP value a little so that when Terror Brutus comes, he has a little bit more room to work with.
Now, something interesting is Croker being Volko. He's going to have a hard time dealing with the Dragon Ball, but smartly enough, he just waited until Cat played the Dragon Ball, and then he started playing his anti-air cards. He smartly does not want to play anything that can get killed by the Dragon Ball and then not having the answers.
Yeah.
Burn the bridge. It's going to get the Cleaver low enough to get Frenzy, and then it's coming to face. Tank it. Shao in face. But the Dragon Ball's actually going to...
He doesn't actually have... He just cycled around to his Shao, so he has a little anti-air now, but he's taking so much damage.
Yeah, look at the damage.
This Xiao Long just did so much to him, and he's down to 1200. And you have to really worry if this is going to be a repeat of last game. He doesn't have the invulnerability totem this time. And we're going to see that Terror Brutus. We're very close to it.
Exactly. He is getting really close to that perk 3. And Croker's not even halfway there to get perk 3. This is really good for Cat. 2 more EXP. And this might be game over for Croker.
This is another bit of damage going to come through. A pretty decent push already.
Real Cleaver up top. Oh, that Dragon Ball was incredible. Killing both the Sniper and Zhao.
I don't think Croker has the answers for this Cleaver Terror Brutus combination. He doesn't
Yeah.
at all. It's over. That's another game over to Cat. And we see Cat's really coming out swinging. He wanted to show that, you know, yeah, he got 3-0'd last time, but that doesn't mean that he's going to get 3-0'd every time. You know, he wants to come out and prove that he is still the guy who wins most of these KPCs.
He is back, and he is back fully. And wow, I was like, okay, maybe Magma Storm can actually defend Croker here, but the Cleaver was running so fast, and Magma Storm takes quite a bit to cast. And just that Dragon Ball killing the Xiao and Sniper was really bad for Croker.
Yeah. Yeah, that was honestly really well played by Cat. Making sure that he plays around the answers.
Now it's going to be Cat's Ravager versus Croker's Setsu we've seen previously. The Statue Combustion Setsu.
Which deck do you think is favored here between the Ravager and Setsu?
To be honest, I'm going to give it a Setsu, mainly because Ravager can't hit the Setsu, and it's going to force the minions out of Cat to kill that Setsu.
Mm-hmm.
And the Statue is going to be quite a bit of a pain for Cat.
Mm-hmm. The Statue, in addition to the Stun Lancers, right? These are really capable at slowing down those big pushes that we've seen from Cat, like the Brutus pushes.
Indeed. We'll have to see if Croker can actually split the Stun Lancers to hit maybe the Brutus and some of the big minions behind it, like the Shield Guard or the Cleaver.
That was
splitting the Stun Lancers is really hard.
Mm-hmm. I think that was actually a bit of a preview what we saw from Cat just a moment ago, where he combust on the Shield Guard to deal with the Stun Lancers. I think we'll see that combust used really well throughout this game to deal with those kind of answers.
Yeah.
And you see he's actually putting a lot of pressure into this bottom lane push, while Brutus pushes top, because Croker does have to answer Brutus in somewhat.
Yeah, but Croker is focusing more on this Cleaver Shield Guard rather than the Brutus, and
the issue is that this really just opens the door for this push. It's way too much. This is so much damage that he's taking already.
Yeah. The thing is that Setsu was locked on Brutus, and that combustion just killed the whelp that was 50 DPS to Croker's face.
Yeah.
But still, look at this.
And this
500 HP for Croker.
Honestly, this game is over.
This game is over. And Cat has Dragon Ball.
Yeah, unfortunate for Croker, he just didn't line up well with the push, and Cat really capitalized on it. He played around the Brutus very well. And that's something for a lot of Ravager players to learn. You don't always have to dump everything into that Brutus lane, because Brutus is something they have to answer as is anyway. Like, you know, they can't just let it get up and hit them for free. So in the meantime, you can sometimes just push out an advantage in the side lane like that, the opposite lane, and while they're dealing with that, you kind of sneak in with the Brutus.
Really well played by Cat, and Florian. Croker actually didn't misplay there. It was really unfortunate that Setsu was locking on Brutus while the Dragon Whelp was in phase, but still, Cat combusts everything, gets rid of the defense, and it was already over. He had no mana to kill the Xiao that was triggered, hitting phase. Brutus with half HP, Setsu was reloading. All a combination of unfortunate events for Croker, which ends the set 3-0 for Cat.
It just kind of all adds up, and happy to see Croker in the top 8 again after his run last time, and it was well played by both players. But we see Cat returning to that dominant style, and just even though we haven't seen that Ravager that much from him recently, it's definitely another, you know, it's just another tool in the chest for Cat.
So now that the set is over, we'll go with our second quarterfinal, which is going to be Acer and Florian.
Yeah.
Two friends.
Acer and Florian are definitely friends, and I think they're both newer players relative to some of these older players like Cat.
Definitely. I've seen Acer for quite quite a bit longer than Florian, if I recall correctly, but I might be mistaken.
Yeah. This is going to be a really, really fun series to watch because I believe they actually scrim together as well.
Ooh, that's gonna be good.
I could be wrong, but I think they do. And
They know their moves.
yeah. Just looking over the decks really quickly, and you can see Acer has a lot of these similar decks. Very similar designs.
I see a lot of combustions. Actually, combustion is in every single Florian deck, and on 3 Acer decks.
Yeah.
That's
Combustion's
proving a point.
Combustion's pretty good.
Combustion's pretty good. And actually, look at that. Acer has really, really similar decks. There's
in fact, 3 of them. 3 of them are in fact exactly the same.
I was looking at it. I was like, wait, are they similar or are they actually the same? There's
These are
Harbinger in every single deck. But if you think about it, they don't look bad.
No, these are all solid, well put together decks, pretty much.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do. But we have the bans, and Florian bans Acer Motor, and Acer will ban Stormbringer. So let's communicate the bans to the players, and we'll get into the game 1 in a bit.
Too long.
So, who do you think could win this set? Who's your favorite here?
To be honest, I think I favor Florian here, and I think part of that is if he figures out the formula, if he figures out how to win versus this deck, this exact same deck that's being run on 3 Masters. Obviously, they'll be played slightly different. But all 3 of the decks that he is going to play against, since he banned the Mordar, will be the same deck list. And I think if he figures out how to beat it, if he can beat that list, which I think he might actually have the edge with some of his lists, then I think he'll just take the series by storm, really, because it's very similar.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And I think that's an advantage to him.
And also, let's be real, we gotta give it to the guy in the suit. Come on.
Yeah, you gotta give it to the guy in the suit.
But it's actually really curious how all the same decks from Acer could be played completely different in any master, because APEP is going to have to adapt to the cards he gets for free. He could use those to just push the bridges, to just whatever he's like to do with them. Depends on the card he gets. He could get a black hole, which would be amazing. Could just neglect the combustion, which will be hard. It goes off really quickly, but still. Or he could get perk 3 a Wheel of Doom while Florian has a Bridge Shrine on his Milloween. But still, the Volko looks quite heavy for a Volko deck, but who knows?
Yeah, I would agree that it looks a little heavy for a Volko deck. But you can play into that more control-y style with Volko and just let the Afterburner tick away too.
You're right.
You really put him on a timer when you play Volko. I know you know that you're a big Volko guy.
Yeah.
And that timer is really scary when you're playing against the Volko, because you just kind of watch as your HP ticks away, and well, unless you're holding the bridge, there's nothing you can do about it, you know?
Yeah, people underestimate Volko. They're like, I could take a few hits, and once you realize you're really low, and you simply don't have the mana to get the bridge every single time, because you also have to focus on the other bridge, because if you don't, your opponent's going to get a lot more EXP, it's going to get to Mana Frenzy quicker, and you can't allow that. Yeah. So Volko is really, really dangerous. It does have that part where it's bad because it can't hit anti-air, but Florian does have this magma cannon, which is going to do wonders.
Yeah. And then for Acer's side with the Volko, he has a lot of anti. I mean, most of these good players really know how to play around the lack of air from Volko. They know how to save their cards. They know what they're doing, in general. Yeah. Obviously, sometimes if the cards don't line up right, you'll end up in situations where maybe you really miss out and like a Dragon Ball gets to face and you take a bit of damage. But generally they know how to save their cards to deal with air. And I think the benefits of Volko outweigh that drawback.
Yeah, and also combustion can be considered an anti-air card right now. You just play an Elo Cleaver or your Scrap Pack, combust it, and pretty much every card is gone.
Yeah.
Unless they're playing with a Guardian, but still, it's a really good defensive tool.
Agreed.
And
we'll be getting underway in just a minute.
just a minute. Waiting for the players to...
What do you think we're gonna see from Florian in the first game? What deck do you think he's gonna play?
Well, his Stormbringer is banned, and I can see why. It just looks really strong, but I think he'll open up with other Mortar Volko. I just feel like those two masters are probably the strongest right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it just feels like he's got better chances to win with them. Now, the thing is, if he plays Mortar, now Acer does not have his Mortar available, which was banned, which is really good for Florian because this means there's not going to be a mirror match. And to be honest, in this mirror match, I feel like Florian would win. Mainly because of the black hole, so removal from Acer, he's got a beam. So Florian's Harbinger would be fine if he can actually play the black hole in time.
Yeah. Really good reactions with the black hole would be really good.
The beam goes off really quickly.
Yeah, you have to react really fast to that.
And Florian having combustion in his mortal is actually way better for him in case he had to deal with Acer's Harbingers. Just Scrap Pack and combustion should deal with it really quick, really easily. So game one on the way.
Here we go.
I'm nervous. I can't imagine how nervous the players are right now. Okay. APAP from Acer, Milloween from Florian. And game one is on. So we see, at least from Acer's side, he's got Scrap Pack and Illusory Cleaver if he decides to open up to get the bridges.
And from Florian, this is a quick Illusory Cleaver to take the bridge. Well played by Acer to play his own there to push and take that.
Really well played. And here comes the Screaming Scrap that will kill both Elo Cleavers. And we see the early Bridge Shrine, Florian. Objectives gonna be get mana frames about. Ooh. Beam goes out from Acer.
Yep, a nice little bit of face damage there. Deals with the Shrine.
Now, this first early beams are not gonna be a problem for Florian, but later on, if he starts getting cheap damage from minions, he's gonna have to start to play. He's gonna have to start to play the Bridge Shrine further away from his face because he's not gonna be able to take the damage.
Yeah, especially this the Combust to deal with that Golem. Really well played. Very strong card right now, Combust.
Really well played.
It's really important he doesn't take a lot of that chip damage in the early to mid game because he doesn't have the clear skies that we've seen a lot of Milliweens run. And with the power of the beam to kind of finish off and push face damage, it's really going to matter, you know, that chip damage early. We'll actually see he's playing the Shrine a little further away already.
And Acer gets Mana Puff Madness from his perk 1, which is really not what he desires. You can see Florian's emo. Ooh, the beam!
He misses the imp with the beam. And there's a quick Combust to deal with that Harbinger. That's so good for Florian.
He smartly
really mana
played
efficient.
the combustion earlier so that it was actually going to trigger faster.
Really well timed.
Florian kept the bridges quite a long time, and we're going to see both players hit perk 2 pretty much at the same time. And we'll see if Florian's Arcane Missile is going to be a difference or not in this game. And now we see the Bridge Shrine played further away.
Yeah, completely away so that there's no chance he takes face damage when it gets beamed, if it gets beamed.
Right now, it means that if Acer desires to beam, he's actually going to be losing mana.
Yeah.
Because he might need to beam it because of the EXP, but that mana he's investing to kill it could be used in getting the bridges.
Yeah, and you see for a minute there, actually Acer played the totem to catch the aggro from the mana golem, and then played the next unit so that after the totem dies, it would aggro to it. It was really well played to protect the Harbinger. Unfortunately,
again.
it is going to die to that same combust combo.
And the beam to kill the Arcane Golem, while the Scrat Tank is still hitting face. The next Bridge Shrine was up, but Florian's taking damage.
Florian is taking damage, but he's also starting to develop a bit of an XP lead. He's up by about 12 right now, 13. And with that Bridge Shrine out, without the beam to answer it, he's definitely going to start crawling ahead a little bit here. And Milloween getting perk 3 is absolutely terrifying. The golems are going to start pushing out so much damage.
Indeed. Milloween's perk 3 is probably one of the best, if not the best. Again, this combustion with a really good timing.
It's such an efficient answer to these more expensive units. Acer kind of planned around it, I think, this time. You know, he made sure that it was used before he played his Harbinger.
Yeah.
Which was smart, because now his Harbinger can actually maybe do a little bit more work here when it gets to the middle field.
Yeah, but not only he kills the golem, but he also gets the bridges from the Scrats that are still alive and going off with the combustion.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really showing that you can get a lot of mana value out of Scrat Horde and Combustion.
Yeah, and at this point, he's actually already cycled back to this Combust Scrat. Oh,
ooh,
there we
really
go. That's
good
actually
Illusory Cleaver.
That's so important for Acer there. It actually protected his golem, so he actually has 2 large minions pushing across here. And he definitely needs this pressure.
Harbingers was locked into the Bridge Shrine. Couldn't actually get a shot off.
This is really turning into Florian's game to lose. He has a solid XP lead right now of about 50. He's 20 away from Frenzy, and he is just not giving anything away. He's not giving Acer a chance to get across the bridge with these larger units at all. And this
Florian
is
played, yeah.
This is what I was kind of hinting at earlier, where I think it's really scary for Acer that all of his decks are the same pattern. They do play slightly different because of the Masters, but at the end of the day, if this Milo has the answers to these units, it's going to be really hard for Acer to really sweep it back and win.
Yeah, we saw the mana puffs gave him 2 mana, which is actually massive.
And there's Mana Frenzy for Florian. So this is...
Acer needs to keep the bridges really bad right now. And Florian made the mistake of playing the Bridge Shrine close to his face, so Acer actually had the chance of beaming it.
Mm-hmm.
But now the Bridge Shrines are going to give him mana.
The Bridge Shrines are giving him mana, and he's cycling even faster, so he's getting more of these golems out that are so efficient. For 3 mana, they're just so powerful at this point in the game, and they're leveling up so fast because he has such a large supply of mana from the shrine and the bridges here. And
10 stacks golem.
This is the inevitable death by Milloween that we're seeing.
Acer
now.
actually misplayed in top lane. He tried to combust his Scrat Horde, but he actually missed the timing, and combustion went off. Then he played the Scrat Horde, so he actually didn't get any Scrat Hordes to combust, and that was crucial.
That's a shame. That would have been really helpful for him.
There's 2 Fire Imps locked on face. Now there's 2 Arcane Golems on face. A bunch of Scrats hitting. Combustion to kill the Golem, and it's over.
Yeah, we can see that's that late game pressure from Milloween. That's the sort of inevitable death where you need to kill Milloween before she hits Frenzy.
Oh, that was devastating. That one misplay. I'm not going to say it cost him the game, because it was looking already over. But it definitely reduced the possibilities from Acer actually pulling it back and actually getting some damage in with a beam.
Yeah.
But really well played by both men. Just combusting the Scrat Horde really well.
I think we'll see the Volko probably from Acer next.
I hope we do.
That's
And yes.
I think that's the best chance he's going to have. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I think that's definitely the best chance that he's going to have against this deck from Florian. Because you saw he did have flow down to 1,000, just under 1,000 life. And with Volko, he'll actually be able to deal with that a lot better. Plus, if he plays those larger units and they get to the bridge, he can burn the bridges, the Scrat Horde, to try to save that damage.
We'll see if Florian actually plays around this burning bridge. And as you mentioned, Acer now having the ability of pinging Florian with perk 1, and also having the beam. Which is going to be used bottom lane to kill this warrior.
That's a really
good beam.
Yep, that's a mana efficient beam right there. Plus, it gives him the bridge. He does lose the bridge to the Scrap Horde, but he's going to retake it quickly with the Plasma Marine.
This one Marine shooting the bridge shrine. Really good Screaming Scrap plus Lone Wolf. No, not Lone Wolf. Once bitten. But it's gonna get melted with the Scrats. Look at that.
Yeah, the Scrats are just hammering away at it.
But Fire gets there in time. It actually survives and it's gonna hit face twice. Harbinger out.
And the Fire Imp does get a hit off on Acer's face. Just a little bit of a burn there. And actually kind of worrying for him here. He's falling behind in XP.
Yeah.
Last game you saw him keep up very well. He saved the beam to deal with the shrine and make sure that he wasn't going to fall behind.
Yeah, I feel like Acer is not really worried about the HP right now, but mostly the experience he wants to recover.
Yeah, I think he definitely needs to get the experience here.
Perk 2 now available for Florian. And the Golem is actually not going to be able to hit the warrior. Look at that. It's just stuck there. Okay, there it goes.
Got one hit off. But it's taking it so long. It's having such a hard time pushing through this Scrat tank.
Yeah. And the Fire actually got a lot of damage in just because of that. Here goes the beam.
And the beam to deal with the shrine and the face damage. And we see Florian doesn't actually worry too much about this Golem. He has the missiles to deal with it. And he's starting to lose a bit of HP again, which, like we mentioned, it's worse in this matchup against the Volko. But he is at 90 XP almost, and if he gets to perk 3, even with Volko's Afterburner, it'll be kind of hard for him to close out probably. Like, the HP lead isn't that big right now.
Yeah. And now we see Acer now has this bridge shrine we talked about. And we'll see if he can actually put it to good use and push back to get some extra pings in. But look at Florian. He is getting closer and closer to that 3 again.
Florian actually doesn't have the Combust in hand here to deal with the Harbinger, the Scrat Combust. And that means that this Harb is getting off some damage, and that push in general is just getting off some nice damage. And now that 1,000 life, he has to be even more considerate of like keeping this bridge. He is about 10 away from hitting that Golem, the perk 3 where the Golems spawn at 5, and that'll help him hold the bridge. But
that was really interesting. The Harbinger actually targeted face, and Florian wasn't able to play his Divine Warrior fast enough for it to target the Divine instead of face. And he took one Harbinger hit plus all the minion damage he was taking too. And now the pings start.
This is really bad actually for Acer. That's going to be the Combusted Scrap Pack again.
Oh,
he didn't actually...
Acer has beam. There it goes.
Oh, there's beam. Yeah.
It kills the Golem. Look at face damage.
It gets the Golem. He's at 400.
Needs one beam and pings.
One beam and 2 ticks from the Afterburner.
He could have gotten a tick there. Oh, this is so intense.
This is such a close game right now.
But is it going to be enough? Arcane Missiles to take down the Harbinger, but it isn't actually enough to kill it. Still about 40 HP.
This is all about this bot lane here right now, this bridge. This is the most important part of the game actually now. Because if Acer gets it for just a second...
Acer can actually finish the game. He just needs to play the perplex shot. There we go. Now ping. And there it goes.
Got the pings and that's it. He's in beam range. And that's what we were talking about with his Volko matchup. It's such a good matchup. It's his best one into this Milloween deck.
There we go.
Well played from Acer, really keeping his head and playing around the bridge properly.
He knew that with just 2 pings and beam, the game was his. Really well played. But Florian still pulled up a good fight. He had some instances with combustion and Scrap Horde when he could kill those golems that were really scary at first.
Yeah, he played really well with that. He just took too much face damage, and Volko is just the ultimate master for punishing that. You know, those afterburner ticks are so good.
And Florian was getting really close to Mana Frenzy, so it was really good for Acer to actually manage to finish the game. But now we see the Volko mirror, and this is when it's gonna get interesting.
This is such an exciting matchup.
I feel like Florian's Volko is way stronger than Acer, mainly because this Magma Cannon is gonna be able to kill Harbingers quickly.
I mean, yeah, and we know Florian knows how to use this Magma Cannon. We saw in that earlier interview, you know, Magma Cannon.
Yes, we did.
It's powerful.
Good beam by Acer, getting rid of the Chopper and the Whelp. He could have opted to use this Combustion to kill the Whelp and deal some damage to the Chopper, but maybe it would not have been enough to kill the Chopper, so still a great choice to play the beam. Now there's about hitting Acer, and he only has anti-air right now after playing the Scrap Pack.
And there's that Magma Cannon.
Well played right there in the
Florian
middle.
giving a little thumbs up to his Magma Cannon there.
He knows that's going to help him massively this game.
Yeah, it's going to be really important.
Although Acer smartly waited until the Magma Cannon was played to be able to play his Harbinger. But who knows, maybe Florian can cycle fast enough back to it. And I think he should be having the Magma Cannon.
He is about a card away.
Yeah.
Good tracking by you there. Keep up with that.
Thank you.
He just used his Combust. Yeah. I think his use of Combust there was actually bad. I think he should have saved it maybe and done the Combust with the Scrat Horde here to deal with the Golem and Harbinger, but we'll see how he chooses to deal with it instead, what he has here. He is sitting on the Magma Cannon. But he has to be careful not to play it until things are aggroed, right?
Florian was trying to kill the Harbinger with a Dragon Whelp, and he actually thought the Harbinger was targeting something else. But I think it was a Scrat that was getting targeted by it, and it just died, so it instantly flicked towards the Dragon Whelp, moved it. And you can see the facepalm from Florian. He was not happy about it. Yeah. Really good Daggerfall will keep Florian the bridges. You see, I did say that Florian's deck was maybe better for this matchup, but Acer's making it look really hard for him.
I think that right there is one of the key things that Florian's going to have to remember, you know? He was using that combination so well before to deal with the Harbinger, and I think that one slip up isn't going to happen again, where he let the Golem and the Harbinger live when he could have saved Combust. And as long as he keeps that up, I still agree with you. I think that his deck is actually probably favored here. And even though he has dipped down to 1400 life, I think he can probably keep control and bring it back for sure.
This is going to be really awkward for Acer because the only anti-air card he had was this Harbinger that was going to take ages to bat and Dragon Whelp. And look at the damage that Florian managed to pull off from those 2 air cards.
Yeah.
Now, both players have to burn the bridges, and we'll see if maybe one of them can play better and burn those crats before they combust.
And there's that combustion again with the Scrats to deal with the Harbinger, and it hits that Scrat tank. And like I said, I don't think Florian's going to let that mistake happen again. He's going to really keep his head here and make sure that he doesn't let those Harbingers get through at all.
And we see Florian now pinging away. combust his scraps to get rid of the whelp and the morgul that were coming towards face. He did have this marines, but he was not going to be able to get a lot of damage into the dragon whelp before it killed the morgul.
Well played to deal with the golem.
And now Florian's the one pinging. They are trading pings. Which Valko is gonna win? Perk 3 now available for Florian. Look at the raged minions.
That's a
Dagger
lot of
fought to
damage
deal more
coming
damage.
through.
Yeah.
And
more pings.
Acer's dipping lower and lower. And they're, oh my god, he's
Just
not
one
getting the
more
bridge
ping.
time. That's it, that's the
Ah.
pings. Florian just held onto that bridge and just smacked him with those afterburner frogs.
There we go.
And there you go. You see that matchup really working out for Florian. I think having an overall lower curve was useful too, because it allowed him to push out a little bit faster with afterburner damage and cycle back to the scrap pack combust really, really well.
Yeah. And now we're gonna have Acer's Giona, which is the same deck has been playing with Apep and Volko, but with traps.
Let's see. What deck is he playing here? Ah, yes.
The same one.
The Beam Harbinger Blue Golem. The same. Oh, even the scrap. Yep, it's the same.
Oh, that will eventually have ruffles on the field.
It will.
There's
It will have
the
ruffles.
difference.
And it will have the traps, and the traps. I'm trying to think if the traps give him the edge he needs here. And
It's gonna
I
be
don't
hard. Because
see the.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, you can go.
I was gonna say that the only thing I could think of was dragging the Scrats away with a taunt trap,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think it's gonna pull them off range to actually defend the Harbinger or Golem from the
Mhm.
combustion.
And you've seen how they've been playing it, right? These players, how they play their combust scrap pack. They play the combust first and then the scrap pack. So
Yeah.
there's less time between the combust being played and the detonation overall. And that really makes it hard to taunt them away or lead them away, right? Because like they blow up very fast with the combustion changes that
Yeah.
were put in. And this is really the scary part of Acer's deck, because I was wrong, and it isn't a specific deck from Florian that counters the style, like the cards, but actually just certain combinations, right? Like this scrap pack combust combination is so good at dealing with the Harbinger and the blue golem, and it's 5 mana to 7, so every time he does it, he's coming out ahead, and that's not counting the fact that normally he's killing more than one unit, right? And
Yeah.
that's how you build up these leads, and it's just so powerful.
Yeah, I mean, not only even if he just plays to kill the Harbinger, it's gonna get a lot of value from it.
Yeah.
But something good for Acer in this matchup is that he's gonna get some 1-drops to actually get the bridge. There you go. See, to get the marked bridge and
Mhm.
prevent those pings from happening. Which is
Yeah.
gonna be annoying for Florian, but still,
Yeah, that's pretty good for Acer.
it's gonna be hard for Acer to pull through this game. This
Mhm.
Mac mechanic is gonna shred everything.
See, Acer, I think the issue is, even if he can take those bridges, I don't think that he has a solid win condition against Florian's deck. Because his threats aren't going to get through, you know? Like,
Yeah. We see Florian just dealing damage with the perk 1. And he's about to get perk 2. Really will play Chopper there. Gets pushed by the Scrat attack and grants him the bridge. But there goes Harbinger. Ooh, and they trade with the help of Harbinger. He gets the bridge back with his Propeller Scrats. There goes the crossbow trap.
and there's our familiar combust scrap horde.
There goes our friendly combo that gets rid of everything.
Yo. And again, that's 5 mana to deal with 7, and that's...
Yeah.
I'm not a STEM major, but that's some simple math, you know? That's a good trade.
You're
And
right.
On top of that, he has the bridge still, so... like you mentioned earlier, every time he does that, generally it's played on the bridge too, and it takes the bridge with the scrats from the combust.
Now, look at that. Acer is getting heals from Giona.
Yeah, the
If he
ruffles
can
heal.
still get more heals all he's got to worry about is getting more EXP than Florian does. Because if he can get lucky and get more heals from Ruffles, now he's getting EXP, but if he can actually get more heals, it could be deciding for him to actually get Mana Frenzy first. Because right now he's behind in EXP, and it's gonna get harder because Florian's gonna get Rage for all his melee minions, which is gonna be a problem for Acer.
And
There he goes again.
There's that combo again. He's cycled back to it, and it looked a little dangerous for a minute, but he got back to it so quickly, and he just gets so much value there. That's not even the Harbinger alone, because you got the Scrat Tank too, and that is so much value.
Some mana in Florian's arena. That's something Florian can't allow to happen. There was going Ruffles again to get more mana, but neglected by the Swarmers.
And
Good
this is,
Scrap Tank.
I think this is going to be a very similar situation again. We see these large units played out by Acer. Florian is sitting on the Scrat Horde Combust. He's just going to try to, keep control of the bridges, let them push over to his side so that it's harder for Acer to interact. And here it comes. And that is 14 mana. That deals with the Harbinger and the Blue Golem. 14 mana for 5.
Yeah.
That is so massive.
And look at that. Morgul not only is going to kill the Scrats, but also get rid of Ruffles before it gets the mana.
And
now, perk 3 available for both players now. Acer
that's
catching
gonna be
up
a second
in EXP.
trap. Gonna be a second trap for Acer, but I don't know if that's gonna be enough.
Acer misplaying his trap slightly in top lane.
And look at this afterburner ticks coming through. He got that bridge and he's slamming home the damage.
Florian's still really healthy, and
this is a big push.
Yeah.
That's going to be answered with the same combo. You're gonna see it again.
Oh,
the beam, such a nice try there.
Yeah, it was really good. He was actually really close to defending himself from the combo.
That was very, very close. You see the heals from Ruffles again, by the way. Acer's health bar, it keeps going down and then getting ticked back up pretty quickly. If he can actually
rampage.
Oh,
the damage he's getting
he's
because of the
taking a
rampage
lot.
minions. Yeah. But look,
he did do some damage to Florian there with his traps. Now, if he can manage to beam and save, I don't think with this push because they're too low already. But if he can manage to beam and save a Harbinger Blue Golem push, he might be able to turn this. But right now, Florian is just taking control of the game.
I feel like he pretty much has to predict the combustion with his own. If he can combust the Golem before Florian combusts his Scrats. But I think it's too late. Look at the damage.
Hey, I think this is over. This is definitely over.
Roar. Yeah. And this is gonna be the set for Florian. Really well played by both guys. Just Volko being Volko. The Kings, the Rage.
And Florian really showing off the power of that combust Scrat Horde and just taking it away.
Just really well played from Florian. The Scrat Horde and combustion combo was simply great for him. He was being able to get rid of the Harbinger every single game, get rid of the Golem with the Harbingers some games.
So efficient.
And right now, we're going to go straight into our third quarterfinal. And we're going to have a little change in the casting schedule.
I'm going to pass off to Rush second here and sit out for a little bit.
In fact, I'm already here. Hey guys, it's Rush second. And I am ready to cast up the next game. Which
we are ready.
Yeah, Mephisto and Westland. Boy, two well, I mean, if I had to say like one of them, which is a little bit more well known than the others, is Mephisto, of course, who of course, won both of the KPIs, other than myself. The second and third KPIs, I guess, is a better way to say that.
Yeah.
And is making another run at this one, of course, and made it to the top 8 in this KPC, where he's going to be facing Westland, who is definitely a great player in his own right, of course. Definitely deserves to be here, and is definitely a worthy opponent for Mephisto in this case. Let's check out their deck list if I can show them here. Oh,
2 players that have been consistently getting top 8 in tournaments lately. And obviously, Mephisto is just scary. Let's be real.
Very, very, very good player. I've seen that both players have Stormy in at least one of their decks this time. What do you think about Stormy?
I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know how to play the card. I don't know how good the card. I've seen it in the tournament, and I actually seen like you can get some really good value with it. But I'm just not sure whether you have to play it far back, if you should play it aggressively to try to counter something. But it definitely feels like it's a much better choice than playing Chain Lightning right now.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you like the card? Have you tried it out?
I actually haven't, but just thinking about it, like it has stuns to maybe counter the what's it called, Harbinger a little bit, because like if the Harbinger gets stunned, then it's gonna not be able to attack for a little bit, and maybe the Stormy can just stun it repeatedly. Also, it's very good against like low HP minions in general. Like good against Zhao, I'd imagine, which is in a lot of these decks. So in fact, every single deck here from like all 4 decks from both players have Zhao Long in them. Let's see here. I guess I'll hold on. Let me get my spectate set up here.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we got the bans. So Westland bans Mephisto's Rapbo, and Mephisto bans Ravager.
So no Ravager. Okay, so
no Ravager.
Very, very strong master. Mephisto doesn't want to deal with the Brutus and all the face damage that entails. Maybe not quite. Doesn't think he has a setup to deal with that Rammer either. So
yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. Meanwhile, the Ratbow is a Howling Moon deck.
Yeah.
It looks like, wow. Which
I feel like
get changed since last time as well. Now
you get 2
creates
wolves.
2 wolves instead of turning 2 of your units into wolves. So no longer can you do that. Turn the Ravenous Swarmers into Rage and Frenzy wolves. Frage wolves, that's what they're called now.
Frage wolves. Which was definitely something people were really scared of. But still, I think like Westland is respecting the snipers with Bannerman. Mainly because the buffs on the snipers have made the snipers really good. That increased attack speed is just amazing.
Yeah, definitely. They were like pretty annoying before in the right circumstances, but now even more annoying and just a little bit harder to deal with. There's certain times where they would have been able to just like barely get killed before, but now they get their shot off just a little bit faster. So definitely a favorite from Mephisto, so he's going to be happy about using those. But unfortunately got banned, so
Game 1 already. Westland on Rapbow, Mephisto on Mortar. And we see Mephisto trying to open up with a scrap pack, but Westland gets top bridge with his own scrap pack.
Yeah, normally when I see a Ratbow versus a Mordar, I always think that the Mordar is favored just because his attack tends to do really well against the swarm that Ratbow puts out. But really, it could go either way. Like, it goes the other way as well, since Ratbow has a a spell, his Mordaka just is very, very good against large single minions that Mordor likes to put out. So really, this matchup really depends on just the content of both players' decks.
I would love to see the late game if Westland can actually pull off some Stormy push and reset Mordor's attack to help the Scrats get a face. Definitely
There's already
something.
a Stormy, and oh wow, this combo with the Priestess to keep it healed up while it hurts itself.
Really
That's
good, and they
pretty
have a
clever.
similar speed, if not maybe the same speed. Simply, but it looks like they have the same speed, but Priest is going towards the bridge.
Unfortunately for
healing it.
Westland, it's not being that effective at the moment.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, it became really effective there.
Look at that! It's gonna hit again. It's gonna kill. Oh no! The Scrat tank dies before taking Stormy hit, and Mephisto Stormy hits, but it was all shielded.
Yeah, Mephisto tried to do the same thing with the healing shrine with his own Stormy, but didn't quite work out. And wow, this chain
The
lightning
Stormy!
repeatedly. Okay, finally the Stormy kills itself, but that was really hard for Mephisto to deal with. And in the meantime, this defensive chopper and other stuff has been hitting Mephisto in the face.
Yeah, this Bannerman is kicking the Master Tower. Mephisto gets his Blue Golem res, which is good for him, but wow, that Stormy push got Westland a lot of mana value right there.
Alright, so Westland, once again, is playing this Tranquil Shihu to set up the Zenshi flow so that he can get higher health on his Stormy. And then he's probably going to play his Priestess again soon.
He's
'Cause
saving
he doesn't want
for
it to
it.
die to itself.
There it goes.
There we go.
This combo is just nasty. Look at that. Mephisto.
He's not getting good, like really good targets to use against it. I mean, there he got a much better shot against some of the top lane minions, but Mephisto is sort of like playing really big stuff. It's hard for Mephisto to deal with this because like, what is he gonna play against this cloud? Like,
I no clue. And if it gets towards face, it's gonna reset the attack over and over.
okay,
Heal Shrap from Mephisto to
finally
heal the
got it,
golem.
But again, there's other stuff top lane that Mephisto
Yeah.
didn't deal with. So now again,
Taking
they're hitting him in the
damage.
face.
Oh, Westland's trying to go for the Plasma Marine res, but well played from Mephisto to take it up with the strats. And it's gonna force... Oh no, but he's gonna get a Plasma Marine res. Stormy forces it.
Mm.
And it's getting healed back up. But there's the Scrat Tank Zhao from Mephisto top lane. Here comes his own Stormy.
Oh, but this Stormies end up killing each other, which I guess Mephisto sort of dealt with that a little bit better than last time. He had enough patience to play his own Stormy over the Priestess,
Oh,
which was very critical.
really good Daka there to kill the golem. It was just enough to kill it. Now there's double bounty snipers, and the Shock Rock is actually not gonna kill one of them because of the...
Yeah, Mephisto needs his own Stormy. That's like really what he'd want to deal with these snipers at the moment. But
Oh, he gets another
doesn't have
Marine
a
res.
hand, apparently.
And now they're getting healed back up. Westland ahead in
Okay.
EXP, but Mephisto needs this perk 3 right now to start getting better minions from the reses.
Oh, good chain lightning.
Oh,
Nice, Mephisto. That Stormy was so good to keep him in the
so
game.
good. And he might even get it rezzed.
Oh, no, it looks like the
Looks like the
wasn't
Zhao.
rezzed either.
No,
I mean, it
it's gonna be
depends
the
on what
Stormy.
plate- Oh, yeah, I think maybe Westland had an opportunity to try and kill the Zhao, although the sniper was like his only anti-air at the time, and it didn't have like enough time to shoot and kill the Zhao.
Luckily for Westland, Stormy Res will not get the Senshi flow mechanic, so it'll always have 100
I see.
But now there's an active Stormy with double HP coming towards Westland's face. But his own Stormy is actually gonna kill it.
Yeah,
Just
this
needs one more tick.
his own Stormy is
Oh.
just so good at defending here. I think that's what's one thing Westland has done way better than Mephisto this entire game is using the Stormy to just hold off the enemy push.
And look at the EXP. Westland's been getting more and more with this Bounty Sniper as well as the bridges. Yeah, he's about to hit Mana Frenzy. He just needs to send more. And he's got 2 Priestesses with a Stormy in bottom lane. Second, Bounty Sniper going top lane. Oh, really good.
Already Mana Frenzy.
Rock, but
I'm
they're healing each
sort of
other.
speechless. I'm in awe of this crazy gameplay that's actually working extremely well for both players. Of course, it's working a little bit better for Westland, and looks like he's going to take the game here. Well, I mean, maybe I'm speaking too soon. Maybe Mephisto can like get out a Stormy and have it. No, never mind.
It would have been great, but the Bounty Snipers were giving Westland so much mana, and the Stormy resetting mortar. As I've said in the beginning of the game, that it could have been critical. It was. But that was really intense. Really well played by both players.
Man, so both players tried to heal up their Stormies for like a huge amount of value, but it looks like Priestess is the one that's a little bit better at that strategy than Healing Shrine is. So,
wow.
Amazing. Like, Beta Dwarf finally did it. They released a minion that actually makes Priestess good. I'm extremely impressed.
He's happy. I've seen the combo with Guardian, which is a lot more harder to pull off because you need a lot more mana to get the combo up and running.
Right, and I imagine like the Guardian version, it was just like have a tough time against Combustion as well, so
yeah,
maybe not the best.
But Westling really showing how to play this Priestess Stormy deck.
Alright, well, it's already set up again by playing these other Zenshi minions. Oh, but then he plays a sniper, so I guess he's not planning to play it anytime soon then.
He was trying to get some EXP from those scraps, but Rapbo just KS'd.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this bounty sniper was for either. It just sort of died right there without accomplishing anything. He couldn't really have anything efficient to back it up, and now he's just taking face damage, so...
I think he's gonna set up the first push.
I'm just, puzzled.
And this is actually really good for him, because look at the Legionnaires. Oh no, but he plays the Chopper instead.
Oh, okay. Well, Mephisto blows up his own Wolf Among Sheep. That's Wolf Among Sheep, is it?
Yeah, that's Wolf Among Sheep.
Yeah, it is, okay.
He won't be able to get the wolf.
Combustion then, because
yeah,
he blew up his own 6-mana minion pack. Okay, now Westland plays a Stormy.
But this tackle Shihu is just getting healed back up every time. The value it's getting with it is just incredible. And there he goes again.
He's killing Scrats. That's not that big a deal, so... Anyways, okay, looks like Mephisto is doing a good job here to make sure that the Priestess and the Cloud get separated.
Yeah.
And the Cloud can eventually just burn itself out.
Use the Setsu jump to kill the Priestess before as well. Really well played by Mephisto.
So that's what it takes. Well, you can do that in the early game. Like, you can just be patient, wait for the like, treat it sort of like a Harbinger, where, like, once it's on your side of the field, it's a lot easier to deal with. But, of course, just like a Harbinger, that's going to be not as valid a strategy later on.
Yeah. Ooh, really good attack is going to get him the bridge anyways. Mephisto was not able to get the bridge for a slight second, although the scrap was actually going to go good, but really well played by Westland.
Alright, so...
Mephisto taking damage from the scraps.
Damn, yeah, he didn't want to play anything to defend, or it just died to the chain lightnings.
And here comes the Wolf Among Sheep and the Chopper counter again. The Wolf just not being able to get much done.
Trying to put on as much pressure as he can back to Westland to equalize the health a little. He did a pretty good job.
Damn, this
barely
end of games. Just intense games here.
So
here goes again, Stormy.
I think Mephisto just needs to just really pick his spots very, very carefully until he hits perk 3. And then he'll have the strength to sort of put Westland against the ropes here. But
yeah, perk 3 is gonna be
he just needs to take it easy. Nice combustion. Wow, it takes out both Stormy and the
Priestess. Really good.
Priestess. Oh man. So
Set to jump to kill the bounty sniper. The shield wasn't enough.
yeah,
And now
and then,
Westland.
Black Hole for the resets and to like get rid of that Zhao momentarily just to put out some more damage. Now Mephisto needs to focus a bit on defense, of course.
Yeah, Mephisto
lane
really
stuff is
close to
coming
that
in.
perk 3. He just needs to make sure he gets it and that he can't allow Westland to get close to his face while he jumps to Westland's face. And now Westland does not have a great way to dealing with Setsu. He does have Daka, but stun will just reset Daka.
Yeah, I think that's something that I think it's really hard to time, but you can like dock at the perfect moment that it would
Yeah.
hit Setsu as she's coming down, but
Oh,
before she can shoot. Oh, that,
What,
that jump did not work out very well.
yeah.
But
Mephisto got perk 3, and he combusted Setsu before he actually got perk 3, so he didn't get the stun shot. And actually pretty much sacrificed Setsu.
well, he has another chance at least. Well, several more chances. In fact, he might at this rate. He actually has more experience than Westland, so
Yeah.
he doesn't
He's
even
jumping
need
to the
do
sniper
anything
again. There it
special.
goes.
He could just wait till like perfect
Ooh.
mana frenzy if he wanted to.
Yeah, this looks like game over. He actually stunned the Stormy with a first shot when killing
Wow,
the
that
sniper.
Daka didn't actually do much because
Oh.
most of his minions were in the black hole. So
But a
he was
really good
counting on
effort.
it to try and kill the Setsu, but it didn't.
Well played by Mephisto. That actually takes game 2 from this Stormy Priestess combo.
All right, so very good, yeah, very good play from Mephisto, switching it up a bit. Definitely had a much stronger deck against the Stormy, of course, because it wasn't very like slow, methodical, just like trying to break through the front door. It was just sort of like all over the place, hitting you from every side with Setsu, and it's really hard for
Thanks for
Stormy to
tuning
deal with
into
that
the
clearly.
Cedar Network. We've got a corker of a fight for
Yeah.
Okay,
And-
so
here.
Westling goes for the Valko this time. He had the option to go to, but he feels stronger with the Valko. And I agree. I feel the Valko is actually going to be better for him.
okay, so let's see what Mephisto has against this sort of thing. Obviously, Westland is just going to try to take the bridge, spam a bunch of low-cost stuff, and burn Mephisto to death. It's really on Mephisto to try to find a way to break through and deal enough damage back to Westland. And I mean, he does have several flying units that can go over the burning bridges. Tranquil Shihu is also another really good card against Volko because he'll just sit in the burning bridges and heal himself up unless Westland has to add some more minions. But even then, like, he has to make sure the minions don't die, or again that monkey is just gonna heal himself.
Oh, really good combustion with Setsu was already dead, manages to kill the Curse Bearer. And not only that, but the jump kills the sniper.
Right. One more thing that I wanted to say about their decks in this specific matchup is Westland looks like he has a Magma Storm just to like have sort of a backup in an emergency, but that's no good here because Mephisto has Black Hole and he can just save all his units.
You're right. I wasn't actually paying attention to. The Black
So-
Hole will just make the Magma Storm unplayable, Westland, pretty much.
Yeah, unless Mephisto just like uses it for no reason in particular. But I think he's a good enough player that he
Yeah.
knows the deck list already. Like he's seen what Westland has in this specific Volko deck. He knows it's a Magma Storm. I bet you that Mephisto's just not going to ever play his Black Hole unless it's specifically to play it against Magma Storm. So really, these players are probably just going to play with these like 3-card hands for the rest of the game.
Really good
Neither
defense
one's
out
gonna play
Chopper
those
there.
things.
With the help of Volko, gets rid of the Wolf Among Sheep without any of the Legionnaires getting the Wolf.
Defensive just being really good against that card. It's just
Yeah.
seems a little bit unfair that such a 5-mana card is so good against a 6-mana. But there you have it.
Illusory Cleaver trying to get rid of the Scraps, but it only manages to kill one. But the stand-in Sniper is going to get rid of the other two.
So what Mephisto's been doing well so far, but now things are going to get a little bit harder for him because Westland has a great defensive
Bridge
tool
burn.
in this bridge burn. Yeah, not super effective against the
Ooh,
wolf
gets
among sheep. You
Marines.
see the werewolf survives and runs straight through, and Westland has to play a 5-mana defensive chopper to get rid of that.
But it's also going to be really good because the Chackle Shehu is in the same lane. Setsu most likely...
Yeah,
Landing at the
Setsu's
bridge.
here to provide some range damage to hopefully get rid of that. Oh, okay.
There's go the black hole.
There's the black hole that I said Mephisto wasn't going to use pointlessly, and then he just sort of used it pointlessly. So, okay. I mean, I guess he did manage to get a Zhao through still somehow.
And forces Westland's Zhao out to kill Mephisto's and his other propeller strats attacking phase. Here they come again. Wolf among sheep in the bridge burn.
Yeah,
And it's gonna force the chopper again. Really good screaming scrag gets rid of a sniper, and one marine survives to get the bridge.
Yeah, this Wolf Among Sheep is like a lot better than I thought it would be in this matchup, because I thought it was just like bridge burn is just gonna deal with most of it, but Westland keeps like not really having an answer for the werewolf that charges straight through. So maybe it'd be better for him just to, I don't know, like just play the defensive chopper without burn the bridges, or just, I don't.
Westland is
feel
taking
bad,
damage.
It's hard
And-
for Westland to find a use for burn the bridges otherwise, is the only thing.
Yeah, he used it to burn a Chackwill, but also playing the chopper into it. And now look at this, the Legionnaires and the Wolf,
Oh, but now he has
Our full
nothing for
HP.
this top lane push.
and there's no chopper.
And he has Magma
Setsu
Storm in
jumps.
hand, but he knows that Mephisto has Black Hole and doesn't want to just throw 3 mana down the drain, so he's gonna try and do
Combustion to kill the Stin.
Yeah, but it's just not
Oh.
enough.
Yeah, he also asked
Wow.
for 3, and there he goes.
Yeah, it's just the pressure was too much.
Yeah, I was about
Wolf
to
Among
say...
Sheep was just like a really unsung hero card there. Just,
Yeah.
Like, even though Defensor Chopper like matched up favorably against it, it still just like forced out a lot of stuff from Westland that he didn't
Yeah.
really want to play at the time. Like, the Defensor Chopper wasn't really great in any other circumstance.
He was using the Wolf among Sheep to force out the bridge burn, and then the chopper, because the Wolf was still going to be alive. And then he had
Let the match
the opportunity to play the Tranquil on the other lane with Setsu Jump and Zhao. And I was doubting maybe the rage from Valko's perk 3 was not even going to be enough Westland to survive, but we couldn't even get to see that. That last push from Mephisto was brutal, and not having the chopper to defend himself was just not good
Alright.
for him.
So now
But-
we've got Mordor.
Game 4. Now, Mordor's going to be tricky because Mephisto has Combustion to get rid of this Harbinger from Westland.
Yeah, he just needs to be careful about the timing. He doesn't want
Yeah.
to combust to kill a Harbinger just to have it res.
Exactly. Here comes the first Harbinger from Westland.
But I think Mephisto's doing a good job, just like sort of playing it slow, saying I have the bridges, so I don't need to do a whole lot different
Oh.
here. And the wall
The
wasn't
combustion.
quite placed in the right spot. Mephisto's Setsu actually shot the Harbinger instead
Yeah.
of the wall. So
I think
2
Westland
mana
was
from
thinking-
Westland just not working
Yeah.
out at all.
I think Westland actually thought that Mephisto was jumping right on top of instead of a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough because you need to
Yeah.
sort of place your blocking unit like on the same side that Setsu's jumping, and you don't know where. Like, and it's especially hard to tell like which side she's on if she's sort of like in the middle, because like if she's like basically looks like she jumped directly on, but is actually like a tiny bit to the left. Anything that you place to block that's like a tiny bit to the
Oh.
right just won't work at all.
Westland gets a Soul Stealer res, but the Shield Guard goes down, and then Setsu Jump plus Combustion gets rid of the Stealer again.
There's just so
And
much
look at Westland's
power
HP.
in this Setsu deck. It's just until Westland can get like double tombstones out and regularly res like very big stuff like Harbingers, he's gonna have trouble dealing with all this pressure coming in.
You're right.
But already it's like difficult to deal with because by the time he's gonna, I mean, Mephisto's more than 40 experience ahead.
Yeah.
About 40 at this point, but like, so Westland's only gonna have like tombstones for a little bit. And wait, was that Sunburn
that was
used by
Sunburn.
Westland?
Yeah.
Yeah, but killed his own thing. It looked like so.
He was hoping that
yeah, not very good
he would
use of it.
survive.
And I think just Westland is sort of just falling apart here.
Yeah,
just,
we
like,
see Zhao
struggling a
trying to
bit
kill
with
Setsu.
Mephisto, like taking 2 games away from him already, and now just possibly making a few more mistakes that he otherwise wouldn't have.
Yeah. Even this Marine hitting face a few times is being a problem.
Okay, so
Next
now
Harbinger's
Westland
out.
had double tombstone, but looks like this Zhao
But
Long
it's-
looks like it's gonna be rezzed, and that's
Yeah, but look at
really
this.
bad for
Mephisto is
Kuroh.
about to hit perk 3. In Westland, only with 700 HP. I don't think it's going to be enough. Here comes the jump. Here goes perk 3. Is he going to jump face or to the Harbinger? There it goes.
Harbinger.
Oh, and it
and
also hits.
The Setsu hit the wall, but of course
The
with
stun.
perk 3 that splashed onto the Harbinger and killed it anyway. So Mephisto, his earlier successes in this game, giving the XP lead, coming in big there.
Yeah. And here comes the Wolf Among Sheep again. Gets rid of that Shield Guard of Life without having the Wolf revealed yet. There goes the Wolf. Good Black
Oh.
Hole.
Yeah,
It's
that
gonna
black
get rid of the
hole
strat attack first.
really nasty. Westland really needed the damage from that Soul Stealer there.
Oh, the Wolf going for the Tombstone. Set to jump coming in.
Oh, and there, yeah.
It
I don't
stuns the
think he-
Tombstone as well.
Winner, ladies and gentlemen.
Westland is just helpless to stop that. Didn't have enough defensive tools anymore.
Wow, great games from these two guys. Westland couldn't just bring the set back. And Mephisto takes it 3-1.
Mephisto 3-1, yeah. Very good play from Setsu in particular. I mean, this is just, you look at this Setsu deck and you don't think it's like, doesn't like look like there's any like strong unit in there that would like really cause any problems, but like just everything together when played in the right order is just really hard to deal with. Just like Combustion played at the right time. Wolf
Yeah.
Among Sheep when split is just pretty difficult to deal with if you don't have the right stuff.
I was really surprised in game 1 with that Priestess and Stormy combo. And I was wondering, I don't know if Mephisto has the answers for this, but this one Setsu deck was just enough to get rid of all the other decks, including this Priestess and Stormy. And it was really convincing the way he did it. The power this Setsu deck has was amazing. I was not expecting that at all. And next up, moving to our last quarterfinal, we're going to have Darien and Grey Wolf.
Yeah, I'm trying to get their decks up here. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I needed a space in Grey Wolf. The bot wasn't working until I did that. Okay.
Yeah.
So Darien has his Ratbo deck, the Darien deck, as it were, and also a very good Volko deck with a cleaver. His own style. He like always likes to run cleavers in a lot of his decks. He really likes that card, and it's not hard to see why. I mean, it's very strong against like high health minions. Scrat Tank is becoming a lot more popular, so is Shield Guard of Light, and Cleaver tends to be pretty good against both of those.
Yeah.
And also has a Mordar deck, which just has like usual Mordar minions. It looks very similar to the deck that let's see, similar to Westland's Mordar. Kind of. It has the same wall that Westland had. So, and a Harbinger as well. And a Shield Guard. And a Soul Stealer.
Yeah.
So,
Everything.
I don't know if they collaborated to come up with similar Mordar decks, but
Maybe.
they haven't. Okay, I'll spectate Darien here.
I got Grey
Oh,
Wolf.
wait, what? That's not... Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me try and take care of this. Let's see, spectate. There we go.
While
Okay.
you do, the bans are in, and both players ban Setsu.
Oh, right. Okay. Both players Setsu banned.
Yeah.
Wonder if
Now-
that's at all influenced by what we just saw from Mephisto.
Yeah, I was gonna
But-
say the same. But look at Grey Wolf Setsu. There's a Scrat Launcher in there, and the amount of damage you can get with that, plus the perk 3 Setsu and the jumps, can be devastating. And maybe Darien doesn't want to deal with it.
I think like Scrat Launcher is sort of a weird card where if you're trying to like play sort of a defensive style and like rely on minion sources to like hold off enemy attacks, then it can be like really hard to deal with the Scrat Launcher just pelting you from afar. And I think that's definitely what Darien likes to do, like especially like Cleaver. Like a lot of his answers in here are just like spells that do little damage or minions, and neither one can like he can just try be aggressive all the time, but I don't think like most of his decks are built for that. So I think Scrat Launcher would give him a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Okay,
And-
so we're going right into the game then, it looks like.
I'm really hyped to see Grey Wolf's APEP again with the Demon Warrior. We've seen that against Gamer, and he just played that really well.
Alright, immediately we have Swarmers. Tried to play them immediately to counter the Scrap Pack that Darien played, which actually, against Border, it's a pretty decent counter, because normally the Swarmers just sort of die to the enemy Master without
Yeah.
doing much, but not against Mordor. They actually do a decent amount of damage.
It takes quite a while for Mortar to kill them, and yeah, it's really annoying because you don't really want to use a card to kill it unless it's like more scrats.
Okay, this is spicy. We see a Troubadour. Very
And-
unusual card
yeah.
to see at a tournament. Grey Wolf played it all the way in the back to give himself as much time as possible to regen some mana so he can support it.
He's got combustion for it too. That could be
The
really
problem
good.
is Darien has a Harbinger in his deck, so Darien could just like, play this Harbinger here and just knock it back repeatedly.
No, but he can
Damn.
use combustion now. Plus the stint, it should actually be enough. But he's not even gonna use the stint.
Wait, who's... I just saw combustion... Oh
Me too.
my gosh! Grey Wolf tried to combust his Swarmers,
But the wall.
but the wall was played right in front. Okay,
But look at that.
in the end, a bat made it through to kill the
Look
Harbinger.
at that Troubadour though. It's hitting face. Look at the HP on it.
And it actually does quite a bit of damage.
It
Its damage
does!
was buffed recently to do 300, so it's actually
One shot is
doing
not
a
gonna be
huge
enough.
amount of damage. It's like a cleaver basically.
This is 1700 HP. This is not gonna die quick.
I feel like Grey Wolf could just sort of leave his computer at this point and just win.
I
I don't
think
think
it's
Darien
over.
can kill this Troubadour in time.
There's a second one. In the scrap tank. That's not gonna be enough.
Okay, it's really close.
Oh, he's gonna
Nope.
hit again.
Oh my
GG.
gosh, this
And he
is lightning.
leaves.
My
Oh.
God.
Wow, one Troubadour is all you guys need.
And I'm
Wow.
like, I'd like to like, I wish I could like watch the replay of that to see like exactly how Darien's Harbinger died, because that was the critical moment.
I don't think Darien actually realized there was a almost full HP Troubadour coming to his face. I think he thought that Harbinger actually got it fairly low, so it was like,
I
okay,
think-
I'm fine.
Darien's biggest mistake, and I wish I had said it at the time, that he played the Harbinger right in the middle of his
Yeah.
field. That was unnecessarily risky, because like that allowed enemy ranged minions such as like a Stint or the crossbow dudes, not crossbow dudes, the plasma marines from Grey Wolf, to just walk right up and shoot at it a few times, and that got his health low enough that he was eventually able to kill the Harbinger. If Darien had played his Harbinger way in the back next to his master, there was no way Grey Wolf would have been
Yeah.
able to snipe it like that, and I
He
think
would
that
have been fine.
way different.
Yeah, not only that, but the Harbinger would have pushed the Troubadour backwards instead of just forward. Now, Grey Wolf again, he opened up with the Swarmers, and Darien tried to get the bridges with a Scrap Pack. So again, Grey Wolf getting value. And now again, we see the Troubadour, but this time played aggressively.
Yeah, I mean, Grey Wolf had already played his support ahead of time in this, the Sentry, so...
Oh, the Sentry's gonna kill the Zhao.
Yeah, looks like it, unless, no, Darien didn't play that Warrior fast enough, that Zhao goes down.
Is this Troubadour gonna win the game again? Please. No. Okay, the Marines are actually gonna kill the Sentry and not target Troubadour, but now there's a full HP Shield Guard of Light hitting the face. The Troubadour's gonna hit again. Combustion's gonna kill the Whelp.
And
this
the
game,
Warrior.
I'll be honest,
it might
I
not be
think this
game,
game
like
is
the
over.
Troubadour looks like it's gonna die now, but there's still a Shield Guard of Light that's like full health.
Yeah, and the Swarmers are gonna die to the Armor of Light once it gets it back.
Eventually. It might die before then, actually.
Yeah, I think it's
Like,
gonna die. Yeah, it
10
does.
seconds is a very long time, so it's hard for him to get that recharge, especially in a
And
dangerous
now,
situation
yeah,
like
but
that.
now Darien's 700 HP. Another push of those, and he's dead. There's no way this Volk can actually deal with this.
I think Darien just needs to be very careful with the amount of mana that he plays here.
Oh, now he has Dak
he needs to save
available.
up mana for... Yeah. Darien doesn't really have an
no.
option to like play his Cleaver against it. Oh no, he's hovering it. That'd be a huge mistake. Don't do it. He'll just die. Daka, okay.
Get me out of it. I don't.
But no,
Here
I
goes
placed it
Cleaver.
anyway.
And there
Here
goes
comes the Daka.
Daka.
I'm not sure there's enough. Okay, there wasn't quite enough.
Okay, it resets the attack. It's gonna hit again, but still, one more
Yeah,
hit
the
and it's
Cleaver
dead.
still goes down eventually. The Daka didn't outright kill it, but
Resets
now
the
just
attack
Darien
with
has
a
no
shock
chance.
bomb.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this
Oh.
Troubadour.
Yeah. This deck is just like so crazy and so like everyone's just so unused to this sort of thing that like no one's ready for it. It looks like it's and Darien especially.
I think, yeah, I think Grey Wolf's got this in the bag. What's the next deck from Darien?
I think just if Darien still had his
It's his rap though.
if Darien still has his Mordar, it'd be a different story. But I think, man, I said it before that big misplay with the Harbinger, he needed to put in the back. But not only did it cost him that game, I think at this point it might even cost him the whole match.
Yeah, I think so. And now it's gonna be a Rappo mirror, and
I
Darien's
don't think
Rappo has the red golem.
So okay, well his
Do you
signature
think it's
deck.
enough?
I mean, I think this is a good chance from Darien at least. Like the red golem, like typically how Grey Wolf has been winning here is that like Grey Wolf just plop down a Troubadour. Darien tries to play something to deal with it, and then Grey Wolf's able to
Combust it.
somehow kill the things attacking
Yeah.
the Troubadour.
Look at that. Combustion gets
But
rid of the
with a
well.
red golem having 1600 health, Grey Wolf's not going to be able to just like kill that easily. So if
Yeah.
Darien decides, oh, I'm going to defend using my red golem, Grey Wolf just has to say, okay, I guess you're defending with your red golem, and my Troubadour is going to die to it. So
Yeah, but he can
that's-
get Daka from perk 2 and just spam and try to deal a lot of damage to that golem and kill it with the minions that are behind the door. I think that this is
But
maybe
this
the
is
best
such an
chance for
unusual
Darien.
Ratbo deck. He doesn't really have a lot of like low cost spammy minions
Yeah,
to power up his Daka. Like
just a
it's
few.
hard for him to get like even more than like 500 damage on his Daka, and that's not
Yeah.
even quite enough to deal with the red golem.
Here comes the first push, but smartly enough, he tries to get Darien close to half HP and then play the Troubadour.
Yeah, if this is where Darien's gonna die, it's gonna be right here because he's
good.
not at 1500 health yet.
He's
So
gonna
he doesn't
combust
have
this
the red
Troubadour to kill the Marines.
He's probably
Here
gonna.
comes the inactive red golem.
I
good
think he
combustion,
should have
good red
waited
golem.
on that red golem until.
Yeah.
Look, this red golem's just gonna melt. He didn't have the health to do enough, and now this stuff is hitting him in the face. I think if he just waited just a few more seconds for him to hit 1500 HP, things would have gone a little bit better there.
Darien now below 1000 HP, on the brink of being eliminated from the tournament. Is
But-
Grey Wolf gonna make it this with...
This is his
Troubadour.
element right here. Is when he's below 1500 HP.
Yeah.
So
Oh, good Daka.
yeah, pretty good Daka. Does a lot of damage to that shield guard.
It
Gonna
goes
take
down.
out before its armor comes back up.
Grey Wolf tanks the damage.
Now
from
Darien
freeze.
does need to be careful. He can't just... I don't think he can play this red golem right now, even though it's ready, and he really wants to, because he needs to wait for Troubadour to appear.
Yeah.
Maybe Grey Wolf knows that and is
Yeah, Grey
also
Wolf is
just, like,
waiting.
holding on.
Okay, but
Oh,
he
nope,
plays the
there he
top
goes.
lane.
Okay, Darien can now play his red golem top as well to counter it.
And he also plays this.
He's not doing it
Heal
yet,
puff,
though.
but-
He's spamming bot lane first. I think he's like trying to put pressure on bot lane to like force Grey Wolf to play
Yeah.
stuff down there instead of supporting the Troubadour.
Unfortunately, the heal puff couldn't actually get value for Darien, only 25.
Dude, playing very
points.
patiently, just like waiting on the red golem as long
Oh.
as possible.
Look
I
at
think
that.
he has to play it now, though. Yeah, he has no choice left.
But he's gonna get a hit in.
Yeah, I mean, Darien can still take one or two. Darien also has heal puff in his deck, so even if he gets critically low, it's not the end of the game for sure.
Yeah, but the problem is that Grey Wolf has spells to remove the puffs, as he has done previously. He just needs to make sure that the heal puff will not get Darien any HP, and that Troubadour can hit Darien once each push. There goes the heal puff.
Yep,
Really good combustion bat.
good combustion.
And there goes.
Oh,
Troubadour
Troubadour
hits
hit
once. He just needs one more hit, but look at the sentry.
Oh, Darien's just trying to hold on against this sentry, yeah. But now Grey Wolf
Oh,
has a
Red
bit of
Golem.
trouble against this red golem. It's gonna
He's
get
gonna
a
hit
few
on
hits
these
of its
twice.
own.
Oh,
No,
okay,
once.
only once. Good fireball, but still no heal puff for Darien on the bridges.
Yeah, now the issue with Darien is, like, he needs time to get back up to 9 mana. And it's like, he's having trouble getting there because Grey Wolf keeps having minions that get in the way. Okay, now Darien did finally get up to 9.
Yeah, but the problem is that now Grey Wolf has this chain lightnings in his deck. And Darien can't afford to get... Oh, okay,
he
it
didn't
doesn't
get
got a
shocked
face.
too. So he's fine. And, I mean, if Grey Wolf uses his chain lightning, that's one less thing he has to deal with the healing puff. Like, Grey
There it
Wolf has
goes.
to, like, play his, like, a bat combustion. But
Again.
Darien still got some health off of that healing puff, so he's fine saying, like, okay, well, I used 2 mana, you slightly
Ooh, the
more, and I
Daka.
still got a heal.
Gets the Troubadour to have HP with 1 Daka. I don't think this Troubadour is actually going to
Oh
make
my
it a
gosh,
face.
Grey Wolf tried to deal with the red golem bot lane, but I think when the Daka bot lane went to a Scrat instead, like a Scrat just like inched his way ahead of that red golem and took all the
Yeah.
Daka.
And look
So
at
now-
this, now Grey Wolf needs to deal with the Golem. The heal puff is actually healing Darien, and this mana puffs, bottom bridge, have been giving Darien a lot of value. And he can't get the
Yeah.
combustion off. I think this is game.
This is like the magic that I was talking about, where Darien can just sort of somehow make it work, and he's definitely making it work here. Just like too much stuff that Grey Wolf has to keep track of.
Okay, now he manages to kill the heal puff, but look at the
Yeah, but
Darien got
Darien's just like way out of the danger zone at this point. Like he was like basically dead before, but now he has plenty of health to work it with at this point.
and he's
So,
ahead in
really
HP
bad
now.
news for Grey Wolf.
I think Grey Wolf made a mistake when he stopped playing Troubadours. He was like, okay, he's low enough. Maybe I'm just gonna use Chain Lightnings. And he actually could have, but he missed the first one.
Mm.
Daka to try to kill the golem, but it actually hits the dragon well, but there's a
Oh,
really healthy
again?
golem. This Troubadour isn't gonna make it a face.
Yeah, I mean, Darien has another red golem right
Red
here,
golem.
although he misplayed it a bit. Okay, no, it did hit him twice. So
But
Darien
look at the
knows
one
what
in the
he's doing, I
face.
guess.
It's now targeting this shield guard. The spam of Scrats is starting to hold it off, but now there's gonna be one top lane.
Oh, Grey Wolf, I think, yeah, should not have used that Daka there. Like, the red golem is already basically dead, and now he doesn't have his Daka for the second one that's marching in top
Oh,
lane.
Darien getting the momentum here with the mana puffs in top lane, and bottom lane getting healed from the heal puff. Now above 1,000 HP. Red Golem's about to hit face, and it's gonna hit with a help.
Yeah,
And
and
Grey
that's
Wolf.
it. There's no way Grey Wolf can survive here.
Wow, what a
Darien does
comeback.
it with his signature deck.
This Rappo that's been with Darien for the past, what, 10 KPCs or even more? I think a lot more than 10 KPCs.
Yeah, basically forever. Basically, ever since, like, I started playing against him in tournaments. He's always had this deck, pretty much. So
Yeah. I can't remember any single KPC that I've on or played where Darien didn't have this Darien, this Rappo, and the Volko too. He's also been playing that Volko a lot.
okay, so what does Grey Wolf have now? They have his Setsu. His Rappo just lost. It's down to just his Milloween
And the APAP.
and the APEP, both of which are pretty unique, just like his other decks.
I mean,
we'll have to see.
the APAP against the Rappo could be really good to have the Demon Warrior at 5 stacks against the Red
Make this
Golem.
entertaining, guys. Let's do it.
That's true. I mean, yeah, that'd be a pretty
And
good matchup.
he
I'm
also
not
has
sure
the
like
beam
which one
and
wins,
combustion.
but I mean, Demon Warrior, I've been receiving incremental buffs, so I'd like to see exactly how that matches up. But instead, we're just gonna deal with do the Milloween first. Yeah. This is also, I think, a pretty good thing to go to against the Red Golem because the Red Golem moves very, very slowly. It gives the Arcane Golems from Milloween a lot of time to shoot at them, and this deck from Grey Wolf just is like maximum fast cycle, like all 5 1-mana cards, and then Combustion, another 2-mana card with Propeller Scrats.
Yeah, I was about to mention it. He's going to be able to get the bridges really quickly, and that's going to be his objective. Get perk 3 before Darien. And before Darien actually gets below the half HP, but he knows he needs that Golem to win, so he's playing the Blood Imps all in.
Yeah, and he's just fighting really hard for experience as well. That's sort of Darien's strategy early game, is just while you get down to 1500 HP, you can sacrifice as much health as possible to get as much experience as possible. Just give as much advantage to you as you can.
Yeah,
but
and Grey Wolf really smartly didn't combust any of his minions there to kill the Blood Imps and damage, because he knows that Darien is desperately trying to get the Golem as quickly as possible before the Golems get really strong.
Yeah, and I think Grey Wolf should know, of course, that oh wait, he's playing Combustion there. Okay, he now gets Darien below 50%, and I don't agree, because I don't think Grey Wolf's winning strategy here is to kill Darien. He just needs to sort of outlast the Red Golems, and I think the faster he gave Darien the Red Golems, the harder it is, because, like...
Okay, now he's gonna heal back up.
Grey Wolf's win condition here is just, like, get to perk 3 when his Arcane Golems can just sort of deal with any Red Golems that appear. Like, 2, like, level 5+ Arcane Golems is basically enough to deal with Red Golems, along with all, like, the other spam that Grey Wolf can play in the front to tank for them. But the level 0 Arcane Golems probably isn't enough damage, so it's gonna be difficult to deal with for a little bit.
He also has this Combustion and Scrat Hole that can just completely melt this Golem. But he needs to make sure that nothing else can kill the Scrats before they go off. This Plasmaries are going to be really annoying for him. Can he actually get the heal puff? Okay,
beam.
good.
Yeah, but the beam...
Yeah.
Not quite what it used to be. It didn't quite kill that Red Golem. There's also a mana puff there that Grey Wolf needs to deal with at some point. Maybe this bat can deal with it. Okay.
It just blinks to the puff.
I mean, he also played the Scrat Horde.
Yeah. But the style, the bat wanted to get the kill. It wants to be popular. There goes... Arcane Missiles actually didn't connect to the... Well, that was... odd. Arcane Golem dies to the Red Golem, which is coming top lane, and Grey Wolf plays his own Arcane Golem in the bottom lane now. I think he's gonna try to go for the Scrat Horde Combustion.
Yeah, I wonder if Darien can maybe play Combustion on his Red Golem, like, in advance to try and counter it. It doesn't try it, though. The Red Golem's nearly dead now, but still not quite. Grey Wolf needs to play something else to deal with this, or he's gonna take a few hits. I guess maybe he is just gonna take a few hits here. That's his strategy. That's his response here. Yeah, it took 2 hits. Not too bad. He's still pretty healthy.
Next Red Golem coming bottom lane. But
really,
Grey Wolf now has the Combustion combo again.
Really, like I said, Grey Wolf just wants to make sure he doesn't die before he hits perk 3.
Yeah.
Once he hits perk 3, it shouldn't be that hard to defend against these.
Oh, really good fireball from Darien. Now it's the perfect time to play the Scrat Horde Combustion. The heal puff's there.
Yeah. Oh, and Darien's Daka just not doing anything, basically. That just seems a little bit powerful there with that combustion combo.
Yeah.
Just not a whole lot you could do against it.
Mana puff. Oh, it actually gets him mana before the Armor of Light actually kills him. Good red golem now to get rid of this Shield Guard of Light. Perk 3 available for Grey Wolf.
Grey Wolf, yeah, just hit perk 3, so now I think now's the time when Grey Wolf can just sort of spam a bunch of like one-cost stuff.
Yeah.
Free spell, and just.
Oh, he messed up the combustion with Scrat Horde there. He didn't actually
but
get all
it
the
doesn't
scraps.
really matter. This Arcane Golem now has enough
it's
damage
shredding
to
it.
just finish off the Red Golem pretty easily.
And Grey Wolf, funny enough, he's just throwing the missiles at face, as you can see, trying to get more and more damage in.
I mean, there's not really that great of a target for the missiles to snipe, so why not just go face, put some little bit extra pressure on Darien.
And he also has the beam for it. Maybe he wants to beam the golem that's at face. There he goes, and he does it. He gets some big damage too.
Face damage softens up this red golem a bit. And this arcane golem you can see is just
oh, good combustion.
Big pain here. Like
more missiles.
That beam like got the red golem a little bit above half HP, and now it's basically dead just from one arcane golem. And the arcane golem costs 3.
Oh.
And Shield Guard can just take it out.
The Daka targets the Nether Bat.
It looks like Dewey is just out of options.
Yeah, here comes the beam.
Save him at this point.
It was unfortunate. The Daka was really needed for him to kill that Arcane Golem.
Yeah, still great effort from Darien. And
yeah,
really good performance in the last game to at least avoid going 0-3. But instead, Grey Wolf does win 3-1 with really good play and very unique decks that I really liked watching. I'm really looking forward to see how they do in the semifinals as well.
So that was our last quarterfinal. Now we're going to go into the semis, and that's going to be it for me. And we're going to have Apples back here with Rush.
All right. Well, great job. Enjoyed having you along.
Thank you, and my pleasure. It's always the greatest thing to cast with you guys. So enjoy the tournament, and hope we have some great games now.
All right. So, let's see. Apples will be here shortly. In the meantime, our next match is going to be Cat versus Florian. And hello, Apples. Nice to have you back.
Rush. Thank you. Nice to be back.
So let's see. Let me see if I can spectate one of them. Where's Cat? Cat's not online as usual. Okay, so we'll have to wait on that a little bit.
Just a moment.
Anyways, as for their decks, okay, Cat did switch it up a little bit from the last time. He's bringing a Ravager, which, as said before, is a little bit unusual for Cat. So, typically in that spot, he'd have like a Volko or a Stormbringer.
Yeah. We did see he definitely still knows how to play that Ravager. He played really well with it earlier, but it's a little different for him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely happy to see him like switching up his style a little bit and playing something a little bit different from what he usually does. I mean, this is probably the most amount of variations that I've seen from his decks in a very long time. I mean, he still has like the triple one-cost stuff in every deck, but
oh yeah, I don't think he can.
He's got
really
like
get
an
away from that.
assassin in his Milloween. He has a fireball, a dragon ball. Even a Shadow Whelp in his King Puff.
Yeah, I really like this King Puff. It's slightly changed from normal. Slightly.
Yeah. So, if you're hearing this, Cat, I approve greatly of the different choices you've made for your different decks. I think this is really going to be a little bit more exciting to watch instead of the usual like basically same 4 decks. But yeah, so I'm gonna be happy to see how these do. Meanwhile, Florian, Cat's online now, so I can spectate him, which I will. Meanwhile, Florian has some like really specialized strategies for each of his decks. He's got a Mordar with Colossus, which we see on ladder quite a bit, but not so much in tournaments.
Yeah.
And I'm just a little skeptical of how well it's gonna do against the new combustion that keeps going around right now.
Yeah, the new combustion is showing to be really powerful with dealing with these large minions.
Although that said, Cat doesn't really have a whole lot that goes well with his combustion. Like, Cat has combustion in his Mordar and Ravager decks, but no like Scrat Horde to pair with it, so its damage is sort of limited.
Yeah, it's not as big of a blast.
Certainly no like combination with his combustion is going to be enough to kill the Colossus that Florian has in his Mordar.
We may see the actual ban on the Mordar list even from Cat because of that, because he doesn't have like the big combust answer. He does have some solid answers though still. Mordar is just really strong in general, so
yeah. Let's see what else. Florian also has the Stormbringer and Living Statue deck that he has with the Crossbow Guild as well. Living Statue, another card which sort of is getting hit hard by combustions, but again, Cat not quite having the enough like combustion synergy to deal with the Living Statue outright.
Yeah, and on the other hand, that Living Statue is actually a really good combination with the combustion as well. Has a nice good HP pool, and it can draw a lot of minions around it before you combust it.
Yeah, I keep waiting for possibly a moment where like someone expects like a Living Statue is like walking toward face, and like the player who played it like expects the like a combustion Scrat Horde combo and plays his combustion on the Living Statue first, so that when the Scrat Horde appears, the Living Statue explodes first and kills the Scrat Horde instead.
Yeah, it'd be really funny to see.
But that's gonna you can't react, of course. Like by the time like you see the opponent playing combustion, it's already too late. You'd have to like predict that the combustion combo is coming. But if you did that, if you pulled it off, like that's like probably enough to win the game.
Yeah,
there's a lot of mana that the opponent played to expecting to deal with a push and doesn't. So
yeah, it's a really efficient answer.
So maybe Grey Wolf can pull that off. I hear he has mind reading powers. We've seen it in the past in a tournament.
Okay.
Anyways,
we have bans now.
Oh, we do. Apples. Looks like
Florian bans Cat's Milloween, and Cat bans Volko.
Okay, so no Volko from Florian. And we saw that in the past. It's a very annoying deck where he has a magma turret to sort of cover the marked bridge to make it really hard to take it back. And meanwhile, Milloween was banned from Cat, so which makes a lot of sense. Like, I'm sure Florian is counting on dealing quite a bit of damage in these decks to kill Cat's Master before Mana Frenzy, and the Clear Skies would really hurt that. So
yeah,
no Milloween.
That Milloween list is also, in my opinion, I think it's one of the Clear Skies Milloween is one of the strongest by far, and most consistent for these really good players who know how to take the damage at the right time and Clear Skies at the right time. So I'm not super surprised to see that banned out. And on the other hand, getting rid of the Volko makes a lot of sense too, because Volko is just a very powerful master, and it's really good against Cat's usual style anyway of going later.
Right. The only problem with the Milloween ban from Florian is now it leaves Cat's his King Puff and his Mordar open, which typically you don't want to do that against Cat because he's just so good with those two masters, and we've seen multiple times that he can just go 3-0 if he even has one of them, and now in this case he has both, so this is going to be tricky for Florian to deal with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be.
That said, the meta has shifted a little bit. You can see Cat no longer has Blastmancer in either of those decks.
Yeah. Which is smart, you know. I don't think it's as good in this tournament here. Especially with all the Combust popping the smaller packs of units to deal with larger things generally. Like, you're not going to get as many opportunities.
Mm-hmm. That is true. I mean, and in general, like, a big danger from swarm units right now is not just like the units themselves, but like them getting combusted, and Blastmancer doesn't really help a whole lot with that. I think like you might be able to play. Well, I don't know. I mean, it depends on where the Blastmancer is and if like something else can tank the Blastmancer hits.
Yeah.
Because I think if like Blastmancer is just there and waiting, I'm not sure if you can even use the combo. If the Blastmancer immediately attacks a Scrat, I think the Scrat will just sort of explode.
Yeah,
So,
you'd have to be. You would have to be a little careful to play around that.
But I think Cat's good enough and plays this game enough that he's probably tested out to see if that's feasible and figured that it's probably not.
Yeah,
So,
he's probably figured out that it's not the best answer.
Easy. Like play a tanky thing to take the hit for the Blastmancer and then combust Scrat Horde.
Mm-hmm.
So
we should be getting into game any moment now.
Yeah, we're starting whenever the players are ready. I think we might be... Okay, there we go. Okay, we're going into the first game, and we get to see what decks these players are bringing for their first match. Okay, Cat bringing the King Puff against the Volko. No, that's not Volko. That's
Stormbringer.
He's trying to be Volko. He's
that is such a
Volko.
Oh man, honestly, now I don't always do this, but I would like to just shout out that skin really quick. That is such a nice Stormbringer skin.
Yes.
Really stylish. See if the style points pay off,
though. You can
though.
also see Florian is using the streamer arena. He's got, at least on my screen, several other well-known players from the community sort of watching him. Dovination, Zinu, Acer is up there as well.
Has a nice little audience.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, on to the actual game. It looks like Florian has placed down his guild, placed down a living statue. Gonna try to make this work, but Cat says no.
Bridge swap to get rid of it.
Bridge swap plus my Flightless Dragons will just completely devour this living statue in seconds.
Also dodged the combustion there, which was like it protected the Flightless from the combustion rather, which was really
Cat
good.
just at this point just a total master of using that bridge swap to great effect here. And you can see just really ruining Florian's plans with that living statue. And sort of highlights why living statue isn't seen so much in these tournaments. It's just tricks like that makes it really easy to deal with that big health pool. Yeah. And now Florian under a bit of pressure. He's really hoping that the initial push would work really well, but now he's having trouble with this Scrat tank.
He's taking a good bit of damage from this Scrat tank, and the spear throwers there.
Just
it's 1,000 damage.
Have enough like oomph in this deck to deal with this Scrat tank quickly. Finally, it goes down. Cat does have a sneaky Shadow Whelp heading straight for Florian, but Florian looks like he realized that and played the Scrat tank.
He most likely heard it when it was played and saw the little blip. And here
we go. Oh wow,
the
Cat
Flightless combust again.
Yeah, I think for Florian he realizes he needs to be a bit more careful about stuff going onto the bridges because Cat is going to certainly swap them.
Yeah,
Maybe
and
Florian can
that was
even like try and predict that and play the combust in the top lane, like opposite the lane than he wants to, just like in case, or like
And
knowing
that
that
was
Cat's probably
predictive.
going to swap.
That was predictive from Cat. He did that before the combust was even played, so maybe even just being a little more patient from Florian would help out there.
Oh, and for Florian, I think just like ran
That's-
out of mana. Again, just like playing a lot of stuff too aggressively, and then it just doesn't work when Cat expertly swaps stuff into the exact perfect position.
Yeah. Now he is below 200 health. That's obviously very bad for him. But Cat doesn't have the direct damage in his deck, so he does need to push through to kill him. Which, I mean, with the lead that he has here and how well he's using these bridge swaps is very likely.
I mean, even this like Scrat tank plus okay, never mind. It looks like Florian found a way to
better
combust
combust.
something to deal with that. Yeah.
Yeah, just did it on his side.
Coming top lane as well. And here's the thing: even if Florian somehow manages to hold off everything perfectly for the rest of the game, Cat's still ahead in experience, like almost 40 ahead of experience right now.
Yeah, this is a massive
So
experience.
Cat doesn't even really need to do anything at this point. Cat just needs to like defend and like keep just playing competently to win, basically.
Yep. As long as he doesn't do anything crazy, like a large mistake, this is definitely under control for Cat here. He's just gonna keep playing the same methodical style, and just eventually it's just gonna be too much.
And now Cat also has perk 3, so gets that golden bubble whenever he gets a marked bridge. So it just makes it that much harder for Florian to, like, basically just removes any like win condition that Florian may have had. Whereas like maybe Florian could get like a lucky push through, but now even that's not going to be enough.
A lot of crossbow dudes built up, but it isn't gonna do anything really here.
Oh, okay, that's a very interesting swap.
Yeah, he opts to
figured,
swap,
like,
and
he wanted that Screaming Scrat to just explode and take out those crossbow dudes, but maybe he figured that like, the crossbow dudes were gonna kill it.
he just let him through and popped him with an illusory cleaver and switched so that the stuff could push bot. Maybe he was expecting a combust and he was trying to predict it to stop them from blowing up and killing everything in the top. I don't know.
Maybe.
But see,
Those are all
Florian's
valid
playing
reasons. I mean,
really well here. He is
it
still
didn't work
down.
out badly for Cat.
No,
in
it
any
wasn't.
case.
It wasn't bad. It was pretty neutral. You see, Florian's starting to play this really well. He is playing very carefully, but at the end of the day, Cat is still up 50 XP, and getting closer and closer to that mana frenzy.
Yeah, despite Florian like doing a good job keeping himself alive with all these crossbow dudes.
And these
And just, like,
big HP pool statues.
Careful like protection of all his important things. It's like, yeah, like you said, this Cat just slowly getting closer and closer to mana frenzy. In fact, the XP lead has just increased since I last noted about it.
Yeah, this is
Now
a
over
50 XP
experience
lead.
ahead. Yeah.
And the shield from his perk is really good for him there. It protects the flame imp from the combust.
Yeah.
And this is a large
Basically
push.
just, like, needed another minion there for combust to work against that.
Yeah, and he's not necessarily trying to push through to kill Florian so much as push and control the bridges so he can get that XP and keep pushing ahead. So even though he's not getting any more damage right now, the XP is ticking up more and more, and ultimately that's really just all he needs, right? He just needs to get to Mana Frenzy, and then he can very well like just push through.
Oh, this flame imp is just killing all these range minions that Florian needed to have any sort of aggression here.
And that's 10 XP away from Mana Frenzy now for Cat. There's so much pressure. If Florian wasn't so far behind before he got to this point, it would have been so good for him, because he has really managed to control, to the best of his ability anyway, the board. But 5 XP away.
Now, I do have to wonder, what are the chances that Florian can actually hold out against Cat's Mana Frenzy here? Because Florian does, to his credit, have a lot of ranged minions, which is typically what you want against like mass Mana Frenzy. In fact, he's got ranged minions, and they all have extra range. So
Yeah.
a good chance with like if it's a huge amount of extra minions from Cat pushing into him, maybe he
I don't
actually
think
can
it's
just
impossible.
spam enough ranged.
I don't think it's impossible. I
It's
would
just gonna
say
be hard with these flame imps because the flame imps seem to be able to still just barely get through and launch one shot that kills a ton of ranged from Florian.
yeah. And also Cat has these scrat tanks, which are so good against these ranged units.
Yeah.
And they close the gap very well.
You
and
see it
give
already,
this...
like in bot lane, he's sort of getting overrun already. Like,
Yeah.
having to play this living statue, which is not what he wants here. Oh, great swap from Cat again to save his flame imp.
And this is looking like it could be it. This is a massive push coming in from Cat now. He's held out and...
Yeah, I think in just a few moments, like this bot lane push, there's no way
this
for
is...
Florian to deal with it anymore.
This is reaching face. That was so well played from Florian, though. He really kept himself in the game for a lot longer than most players probably would have.
Yep, but unfortunately, how long you last against Cat doesn't quite get you to the next match in this tournament. You have to actually win games. So,
Yeah.
still good play, good attempt.
Yo, and I mean...
I think maybe if he just played just a little bit more, I don't know. He needed to predict those swaps a little bit better in the early game. I still think Cat would have gotten Mana Frenzy first, but Florian would have had a chance to get his own Mana Frenzy and come back.
Yeah, I mean, because you saw he hit Mana Frenzy, Cat hit Mana Frenzy, I want to say like 50 or 60 XP ahead, and by the end of the game, Florian was only 20 off. So if he had just played a little bit safer earlier, played around those bridge swaps a little more, he very well might have hit Mana Frenzy in time with Cat, or at least reached it.
Yeah, so there was an opportunity to win there for sure. It's so hard to play perfectly against Cat here.
Yeah, and then once Cat hits Mana Frenzy, there are very few players who can actually keep up with Cat in Mana Frenzy, I think. Like, he's one of the smarter players when it comes to that late game point.
Yeah, like, there's so many times that I have Mana Frenzy and still can't keep up with Cat, even when he doesn't. So, so yeah, I mean, let's see here. So now we've got Volko this time. No, it's actually Milloween that's also cosplaying.
This
as
is
Volko.
honestly, I'm starting to think that Florian just really wants to be Volko, and he's sad that it got banned.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, well, if I can't play Volko, I'll just play all my masters that look like Volko.
Yeah.
Is there a molten skin for Mordar? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Gonna have to get on that one. We're gonna need one for Florian.
Yes, clearly.
And so I think that this match XP will be a little bit better for Florian. He does have the bridge shrine. But
yeah,
that won't win him the game unless he manages to play around the bridges well. And again, that's not the easiest thing to do against Cat.
yeah, we often say that Cat's like really good at like bridge control, getting to Mana Frenzy first, but in reality, like Cat's does a really good job of like having a good balance between bridge control and just like general pressure. And playing against his decks, you often just like don't have the time to play a lot of bridge shrines to keep up an experience.
Yeah.
And you can see like, look at this, like Cat, like for Florian, I mean, he didn't take a whole lot of damage.
Another really good
And-
bridge swap from Cat, by the way, just to get away from that flame imp.
Well, for Florian's is getting these bridges down and not taking a whole lot of damage. Cat's still just ahead in experience because, like, for Florian can't, like, play these bridge shrines and defend himself and take the actual bridges, which,
Yeah.
by the way, if Cat has both bridges, that gives you more experience than a single bridge shrine.
Yeah. Yeah, Bridge Shrine is a very useful tool when you can manage to control bridges, but if you lose out on both bridges, it's not going to win you the game by itself. And like you mentioned, every time you play that Bridge Shrine, that's 4 mana that does nothing to impact the state of the board. And so you play that for 4 mana, and meanwhile Cat's playing these super
again
efficient...
for Florian not recognizing the swap is coming and plays his Divine Warrior, and now Florian's going to take a huge amount of damage from this push that's now all top lane instead.
And meanwhile, Cat just, this is bread and butter for him right here. The Divine into these flightless dragons, that is such a Cat play.
I mean, it's basically the Scrat Horde Combustion, which doesn't kill itself to kill the entire push.
Yeah, a little more expensive, but it does, that's the goal, right? It also takes the bridges afterwards, which is, like you mentioned earlier, that's part of the Cat playstyle, is you play these efficient answers while playing for the bridges. Like, it's a combination.
Oh, so Florian has once bitten, so he turned his Screaming Scrat into a wolf, but didn't really get a whole lot done because it just died to the fire that was there anyway. Oh, Shadow Elf coming in for Florian. Does he have a way to deal? Okay, Divine Warrior is pretty good.
Yeah.
Although, wait, is this bastard gonna even kill the Dragon Wolf? Oh, just barely, okay. Just flung her little missiles as far as possible to hit that Dragon Wolf as it was running away.
Yo.
I believe as long as it's in range at the very start of her attack, her missiles will all still appear and hit that target.
That was a bit... Oh. Okay, that was smarter from Florian there. He waited to try the combust combo to make sure that they were on his side completely, and there was no bridge swap shenanigans.
Yeah. The only problem there is he missed the defensive choppers with that combustion combo. He needed to end up using his arcane missiles, which he probably would have preferred to save something else.
Yeah.
But now Florian has the experience.
He has a slight
lead.
XP lead. Yeah, he's up 10 here.
So as long as he can make sure that he's remains above HP, and oh no, okay. Wow, that was close. This Shadow Whelp almost hit him in the face. That would have been a lot of damage he didn't need to take. Needs to be careful about the bridge swap though. Cat playing a bridge swap there, not the best one, but that block from
such a nice block.
Not Defenso. It might as well be Defenso Warrior, but yeah, Divine Warrior.
The Defenso Warrior.
I mean, it's really good at Defenso.
It is.
So.
It is. It's probably one of the best Defenso cards in the game.
But yeah,
you can see this bridge shrine as the game went on and he started to get a little bit faster mana.
Yeah, I think
you can see it's starting to pay off, and he's actually up about 25-30 XP.
Yeah, I think Florian just needs to make sure he doesn't die in a very silly way. To the Shadow Whelp in particular is like the main danger here.
Yeah.
But it looks like Florian's just doing a pretty good job staying in here, protecting his Arcane Golem top lane.
And the thing
a
is,
healthy amount of mana so he can react to whatever Cat is
and
doing.
there's Mana Frenzy. And the thing is, even for Cat, who is arguably the best, if not definitely top 3 for best late game players in the game, at the end of the day, Milloween in Mana Frenzy is by far probably the scariest master in the game. It's so terrifying. These golems are going to be so strong. The Bridge Shrine to give him so much mana. But that being said, we'll see. Cat might be able to hold on to this bridge and drag out the game. We saw how long Florian lasted out.
Push through top lane somehow. Like, I guess Florian, I don't know.
Yeah, we saw Florian hold out
clean
last
up the
game.
top lane counter with combustion, but didn't quite work out. There, finally, he did it there.
It's 20 XP away for Cat, just over 20 XP away from Mana Frenzy.
Florian once bitten his Arcane Golem. That seemed like just a strict downgrade. I don't know why he did that. Maybe he like misclicked and was trying to like place it on something else. Oh, but you can see like Florian just kind of playing a little bit sloppy here, tried to combust top lane, but the scraps there died to a fire imp before they could go off.
And these are 2 fully stacked golems pushing through in the bot side here. Cat plays the fire imp, and actually the golem aggroes to it, so it's going to go down.
Yeah, the fire just isn't enough to kill these level 10 golems, and you see Cat finally just
so
crumbling
hard,
under the pressure. It
this
took Florian a while to get to this point. Cat playing still very intelligently, but I think just the experience advantage that Florian had just was too much to overcome.
And there's the raw power of that late game Milloween.
Yeah, there's something you don't see every day. Cat's King Puff actually losing. So
Yeah.
Florian played that really, really well, it's not just as simple as saying, oh, he's got Bridge Shrine, he's able to beat Cat at the experience game. It's just there was a lot of work that Florian had to do to keep himself alive and keep control of the bridges enough, and he needed to also like still get to Mana Frenzy by enough of a margin that the Cat just couldn't like come back with his like powerful like Flame Imp, like enraged Flame Imps and things like that. So definitely a very, very close game. Now Cat has to move on to something else. So possibly it's Mordar. I heard he likes Mordar too.
Yeah, I think it's likely we might see that next. Man, that was really something. Definitely going to be interesting to see what Cat brings up next.
Actually, I changed my mind. It's probably, if Cat's switching to a different deck, it's going to be the Ravager. I mean,
Yeah, I think
like,
the
a lot of
Ravager makes
aggression
more
here would
sense.
be really good against the Bridge Shrines that Florian has, and Milloween's pretty vulnerable early on when she only just has her weak level 1 golems, or level 0 golems, actually.
And you definitely want to see that earlier closeout from Cat. You saw he had the advantage early on there versus that Bridge Shrine Millow, but he just didn't have the tools to close out. King Puff is really good in the mid game. You know, it's a very solid mid game deck, but it doesn't do as well as some of the other masters in the late game. Whereas Ravager, it isn't even so much about the mid game. It's really an early powerhouse, right? And we might see him be able to push that lead through and actually close out the game before he can get to that Mana Frenzy state with Milloween.
Oh, but I was wrong.
It's
Cat
the Mordar.
says it's Mordar time, so...
You outplayed yourself. You had it right the first time, and then you second guessed.
Well, we'll just have to see. Like, maybe Cat's counting on these Harbingers to try and deal with the Arcane Golems, but... I do have to be a little bit afraid that if a Florian can sort of sneak in a few little minions, that they can just combust and kill the Harbingers.
Yeah, we saw that a lot earlier.
The Harbinger shots, yeah, but maybe Cat's gonna count on superior positioning, very safe positioning for his Harbingers to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Yeah. And Mordar, of course, is a very, very powerful master in general, and really common. He actually, I believe he almost had an 80% play rate across the board this time.
I think Cat tried to do what I said earlier, where he's gonna play. He played his combustion on the Shield Guard of Light, like trying to predict Florian using his own combustion combo and kill the Scrats first. But Cat unfortunately had the right idea, but just played it just like half a second too late.
Yeah, it was a very good attempt.
Scrats started exploding first before the Shield Guard did.
It was a really good
That
attempt.
would have been a lot of damage for Florian would have taken if that had gone the way Cat intended.
The Mordar auto coming through just in time to kill the Scrats, so the Harbinger redirected to the Arcane Golem. That's really good for Cat.
Okay, let's see if Cat tries this again. He's got combustion coming up soon. Is he gonna go for it? He can. Let's see. No, he doesn't.
No.
He doesn't try.
The combustion Scrat pack is so brutal, or Scrat Horde rather.
Yeah. Okay, looks like Cat can protect his Dragon Whelp with this Scrat tank. Seems pretty good. Alright, so this is the point where Cat's gonna try to make some big moves here. Unfortunately, he's just gonna get a Dragon Whelp as his first res in this mid-game stage, and that's really not what he wants. It's a bit too easy for Florian to deal with.
And we've already seen it once, but Florian does have the Shock Rock as well to help control these reses. He opts to use it not for the res there,
his
but
missiles missed the Dragon Whelp there. That's gonna be a lot more damage than he was intending to take.
And there's that Scrat Horde again. Florian is taking some damage here though.
Yeah,
I don't know if it'll be enough.
Okay, that was a bit odd. I think that was a misplay from Cat. He tried to combust on his Scrat tank, but for Florian's, I think his combust combo is still down, so there's no chance of it coming out. I don't even think the Scrat tank exploded. I think Florian just killed it before
I think it did die, yeah.
So, kind of wasting 2 mana a little bit there.
And there's the Shock Rock to control the Tombstone. Now the other one's fully charged, and he's gonna get the Flame Imp back.
Yeah, I think Florian should
also
be
gets the
not
Scrat
too
tank.
sad about that res.
Yeah, it's not the best, but
Cat did it!
he did it.
Cat
He pulled
played
it off.
the combustion as the Scrat Horde was coming down.
He played that so perfectly. It's such an
Unfortunately, it's like not quite enough to.
it does buy him this push here with the Flame Imp though, a little bit of time to deal with the Arcane Golem.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, well,
And Florian is down to 250 health. Now we did see him drop very low last time, and he is at 150 XP. He has a 40
Florian's
XP
still
lead.
playing. Okay, big misplay for Florian. He's down to this low HP, and he played another Bridge Shrine when he's already like 40 experience away. That's just unnecessarily risky here.
Yeah, he's really banking on being able to get the Combust Strat Horde out and deal with these answers, or deal with these
Okay.
cards.
Again, Cat like trying to combust predictively to deal with the combustion of Florian, but Florian not.
It's a
like,
little
delaying
hard
it
to
a
get the
little
timing
bit,
there.
yeah.
And then it's really a mind game thing too, because after the first time you do it successfully, you know, the other player can play around it more.
Maybe. But yeah, Cat not having any direct damage in his deck is really a problem for him here. Oh, is this Golem going to help defend against this push? Yes, it is. Okay, that was critical for Florian. It's going to be a bit difficult to deal with the Shield Guard and Flame Imp if that Golem was there. It's just barely turned around to help with that defense.
Yeah, and this is another XP lead still carrying on for Florian. He's 10 off Mana Frenzy, and that's really dangerous for Cat.
Yeah, Florian just needs to just hold out a little bit longer to make sure that he doesn't get destroyed in some silly way. It's just like one last minute push from Cat.
And there's the
Just
Mana
Shield Guard
Frenzy.
of Light. He needs to pay attention to this specifically, as well as the bot lane. This is like Cat's last chance, and it looks pretty promising. This bot lane looks kind of scary at the moment. Florian needs to have something. Okay, Combustion finally. came
Yeah,
in.
the Combust to deal with it, and
Looks like Florian. I doubt, unless like Cat somehow gets Mana Frenzy of his own, I don't think Florian's going to be quite in as much pressure like that ever again.
yeah, it's gonna take a big misplay from Florian to get into a dangerous situation like that now.
Although, this Harbinger is pretty good right now. If Florian needs to like cycle around to like another arcane missiles to try and deal with it, something like that. So maybe if Cat comes back, it's gonna be from this Harbinger that's gonna be just shooting him repeatedly.
God, this
Like, you
is...
just see Cat just like still hanging on, like
He's only 10 mana off,
really-
or 10 XP off.
yeah, Mana Frenzy isn't really like helping Florian break through at the moment. It's like this Harbinger finally goes down, but there's a Tombstone ready, so it just gets rezzed with Frenzy, so now it's like even worse. So I think
He's 5 XP off. I think Cat might
at
actually
this
have
point,
this.
I'm actually favoring Cat to win.
I agree.
Like,
I think this
he's
is
about
Cat's
to hit
game to
Mana
lose
Frenzy.
now.
Harbingers are just too much for Florian to get through, and Cat's, yeah, he's hitting Mana Frenzy just right now. There it goes.
And there's the Mana Frenzy, and this is... Oh, man. This is such
And
a
and I've
well-played game.
I've seen so many times, just the Harbingers are so impossible to deal with late game. Just if you keep playing them repeatedly.
And that's gonna be it. I think that... Oh, no, it didn't actually aggro to his face yet. But this is definitely
Yeah,
Cat's
but
game now. This
it's
is
over.
fully under control. Florian's going to go out of this one.
For Florian playing a Bridge Shrine to tank, but of course that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man, and there's exactly what you talked about last time, where getting Mana Frenzy against Cat doesn't mean that the game is over. He's very capable.
Especially with such a like powerful ranged minion like Harbinger that you can't really deal with. Like Florian doesn't have enough spells in that deck to deal with the Harbinger from afar, so it just sort of stays back and just snipes everything one at a time. It doesn't matter that if you can play so much more stuff than your opponent, if they're just dying for free to a Harbinger or a Flame Imp or just like attacking into a Divine Warrior, or all the other things that Cat does to defend himself.
Yeah, that was a really good series. Or not series, it's not over yet. That was a really good match.
I mean, yeah, not over yet. Florian
Yeah,
still has
I
one more deck.
misspoke a little bit
has
there.
Has his Mordar, I believe. Or is it Mordar
Yeah.
deck? No, wait. Yeah, it's Mordar. It's the one master that doesn't have Volko skin, remember? Like, unless he like hacked it in. Let's see.
Volko
No,
Mordar.
it's just a regular Mordar. He thinks cosplaying as Volko is completely stupid. Why would anybody ever do that? No one. Clearly, he wants to be Mordar, not Volko.
Absolutely. I mean, why would he want an axe when he could have a staff that's made of limbs?
Made up of his own arm and leg, in fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now it's the Mordar mirror matchup here, and we know Florian has that Colossus, which is pretty different. It's interesting. We don't see that as much in tournament here.
Yep, and there it is. Yeah, and we might see why in this soon, because Cat can just sort of play a Harbinger and keep
That's
shooting it backward repeatedly.
That is 600 damage right there from the Dragon Whelp, by the way. I believe that was all Dragon Whelp. That was
So
a lot. I think the Harbinger
players.
is so good here against this Colossus at just not letting it forward at all.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's keeping the bridge at the moment, but I mean, it's not. You don't want to pay 9 mana just to have something keep the bridge for a little while, you know? That's
Yeah. It's like a very overcosted bad bridge shrine.
yeah.
Oh, whoops. Cat sort of let that cleaver hit him in the face. Maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he just thinks, "Oh, I've got this. He's playing Colossus. Lol, I'm gonna
Now
win."
that 7 mana,
Probably what he's thinking.
the 7 mana
In fact-
beam to kill that Harbinger is so good for Cat too, because he still has the bridge, and not only that, but he has the push. Look at all of this damage.
It's
Look at
just over
Florian
already.
melting.
Yep.
Now it's not often you see the Mordar match end that fast. Normally it's more of a mid game, late game master, but he just took it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
That Colossus.
stuff was just so much more aggressive that, and yeah,
I mean the
Florian's paying
Colossus.
9 mana to do basically nothing.
Yeah, and at the time also,
Really bad.
when he does that, when he pays that 9 mana, and the Harbinger is hitting it for so long, that's 7 mana that's going to be on the board for at least another like 20-30 seconds, right? I mean that Harbinger lived for so long because of that.
I see the plan here. That Florian also has Beam of Doom in that deck, and I think his idea was, oh, if he just plays Harbinger, I'll beam it. I think Florian got a bit unlucky that, maybe a little mix of bad luck and not managing his mana very well. That he played his Colossus, and then maybe his beam was like further down in his deck than he thought it was. And Florian also played his own Harbinger top lane simultaneously to deal with the enemy Shield Guard of Light, and ended up like unable to use his beam in time. And by the time he could beam Cat's Harbinger, his Colossus had died already to it.
Yeah.
So-
And then at that point, while the Colossus was just slowly dying to that Harbinger, Cat got to play more things in the top lane. And when he finally beamed the Harbinger, it was 7 mana for 7, but Cat kept the bottom bridge too. So like, you were just removing it. You weren't getting anything out of it, right? It's an even mana trade, but you're losing out because you're not getting XP, and the massive push is going.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think like Florian's chance there was to wait and not play his Colossus until he knows he has beam ready soon. But that's really difficult to do though, because like Colossus plus beam is 16 mana total. You basically have to be like on 10 mana and also like not play anything else for a very long time to make sure that you can play beam on a moment's notice.
Yeah.
I think that's just what he needed to do. Like, that was always going to be destined to happen. Like, Harbinger just sort of destroying his Colossus for free unless he had beam ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is coming up is the next semifinal, which is Mephisto versus Grey Wolf.
Yeah. These are two more players who are well known in the scene, who've been around for a while.
Yeah,
Obviously Mephisto.
known for winning King Puff Invitationals multiple times.
Yep.
And
Don't
Grey
worry.
Wolf known for crazy strategies that just work really well and just being really fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe with KPI coming up again, if Mephisto wins again, maybe we'll even get a bundle for the collection of Mephisto skins. They're really coming out.
Discount trophy puffs.
Yeah.
Mephisto.
Yeah.
I hope there's
And-
a little
and
bit of
Coach
variety
Neo.
though.
Mephisto and Coach Neo. You get respect to both.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as for these matchups here, they're deliberating over the bans. Oh, never mind. We've got the bans already. Mephisto bans Milloween and Grey Wolf bans Ratbow.
Yeah.
And let's see here. I can spectate Grey Wolf.
I'll spectate
Yeah.
Mephisto.
Alright. So let's see. Rationale behind those bans. So Grey Wolf's Milloween just looks like a very strong Milloween. I think like Grey Wolf has like a lot of crazy stuff in his deck. I think his least crazy deck is that Milloween. It just seems to be its fast cycle. Tries to get as many arcane golems as possible. Like just sort of the standard Milloween strategy. It has some like slightly different cards to achieve it, but the same general game plan.
Yeah.
His other decks, it's just like, where is this coming from? This looks really strange. Like the Troubadour and the Ratbow with the Chain Lightning as well. We've seen how well that worked as well, so I'm happy to see that deck again. He's got an aggressive Setsu deck, but its aggression comes from Living Statue and the Scrat Launcher, which is a bit unusual, and of course the APEP with the Demon Warrior, which we barely see anymore, but Demon Warrior has received buffs repeatedly, so
Yeah,
we'll see how well it
it's
does.
coming back a little bit. Unfortunately for some of the older players who are hoping they'd never see Demon Warrior again, it's starting to show up again a little bit, and
Well, I'm sure it's not anywhere near
it's not what
as
it used to. Oh no,
be.
not nearly.
Like before, it was just like Demon Warrior gets to a certain point and you just lose because Demon Warrior.
Yeah.
Now at least it's like it's a powerful card once it's charged up, but beatable still.
We're gonna be just a minute. There's a slight issue getting into the game. But
Oh,
yeah.
I like the way Mephisto phrased that. It has to crash. It has to. Okay. Anyways, as for Mephisto's deck, he's got a Howling Moon Ratbow, which we didn't quite see before. He was able to win his match without using that deck. So I'm curious to see how that goes. I'm guessing just Howling Moon now is just sort of more of a
Yeah.
more of like, I think more of its usefulness now is like the ability to half the HP of everything on the field, as well as getting the werewolves. So it's not just like, oh, get super powered werewolves and go ham. It's just you have to play a little bit more deliberately with it. And I think his deck is all set up for that. Like his other 7 cards, like are 9 cards are really good on their own. He doesn't need to play Howling Moon ever to have a good chance in that Ratbow deck, but he can play Howling Moon in case he needs to. So I approve of that.
I agree.
He's got a Stormbringer with Ghost Turret.
Yeah.
This is a card that we used to see a long time ago,
really like
and then
that.
it got nerfed to 6 range, and it was basically never seen again. Like, if there's anyone who can make it work, it's Stormbringer, of course, because his marksmanship
Gives it
buffs
the
him back
additional
up to
range.
8. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
It's a really cool card to see. I like seeing cards like that are less common. It makes things more interesting sometimes, and sometimes it throws people for a bit of a loop because they're not used to seeing it, so they don't play around it as well.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what the goal of that Stormbringer deck is. It just seems like play a bunch of ranged minions and possibly hope to get Mana Frenzy first just by being able to snipe people on the bridges. I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah.
the game has started.
Yeah, we're getting underway.
And it's
Grey Wolf
Setsu
Setsu.
Setsu versus Mordar.
Now, which side do you favor here? Which side do you think has the edge deck-wise?
So this is the Setsu deck that Grey Wolf has. He has the Scrat Launcher.
Mm-hmm.
And that's definitely going to be a key card here. Mephisto doesn't look like he has very good answers to that. I think Stormy might be a bit of trouble for Grey Wolf here.
Yeah.
Especially since, like, looking at his deck, actually, Grey Wolf basically has the only card in his entire deck that survives a Chain Lightning is the Living Statue and the Scrat Launcher.
Yeah.
I guess the Zhao as well if it gets charged up, which it is right now.
Yeah. He also... This Setsu list has really good answers for the larger minions with the Combust Scrat Horde that we've seen so much today. He also has the Prop Horde. I think Grey Wolf has a bit of an edge here, actually, even though he doesn't have the best answers for Stormy.
Yeah, look at this already.
just-
Like Mephisto playing the Blue Golem to deal with the Living Statue, but in response, Grey Wolf has played this Scrat Launcher, and it's just basically gone completely unopposed.
It's done
with
so
the
much
entire thing.
damage. It's
And then
done so
Grey
much.
Wolf, Mephisto tried to combust. No, Grey Wolf tried to combust. Sorry. Grey Wolf did combust, and Mephisto killed Mephisto's cloud that he tried to play there to deal with the top lane. So Sorrowfless, like, annihilated everything. Uh-oh. Ooh, Grey Wolf rezzed the
And that's
blue
a solid
Golem.
res. That's a
And
very
he
solid
definitely
res.
had an opportunity to res that Plasma Marine that was just sitting there instead. So that's a pretty big misplay from Grey Wolf.
Yeah. Now this is another Scrat Launcher coming out and doing damage. It doesn't
Yeah,
look like
just
this one's gonna get as much damage.
Playing the Living Statue to defend here, it just seems like he's going all in. He's just saying, like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna defend this Scrat Launcher and hope it kills you. But clearly it's not. It's gonna go down before
Now-
Mephisto's dead. And now this Blue Golem's right on his face. I guess he could count on a combustion combo to deal with this.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's gonna wait
wait
the
for all
top
the other
push.
stuff to get
Yeah.
closer. Yeah.
And while he's waiting, though, he is going to take a lot of damage. Now, Mordar doesn't have the same tools that Setsu does to finish when he does the damage like that. And I think overall, Grey Wolf is definitely okay here. I mean, he's looking to push the face damage. You know, he's gonna
Yeah.
Setsu hop.
I mean, he might just ignore this Blue Golem entirely. Yeah,
he's gonna
place
go
this
for that.
Scrat Launcher top lane, protect it with some minions here. Oh, I don't think he wanted that Plasma Marines to hit it.
Yeah.
It's gonna delay his damage a bit. Oh yeah, this end is yeah.
And there's the Tombstone. And now he's still 600 damage off, and he has
But
a
he's
blue
got
golem coming
combustion
in.
combo still. This Blue Golem
Okay.
is not gonna do much unless he just allows it to hit him in the face. No, okay, played it just.
No, there's the combust to deal with it. And
Okay,
he's
jump
gonna
face
jump
again.
right for face again.
Oh, but Mephisto, good reaction, playing the Blue Golem right in Setsu's face to tank the hits instead.
Now, the more he plays to try to kill Mephisto damage-wise, the more opportunity Mephisto gets to try to win out here by playing just smart minions and safer minions. He does.
Yeah, again,
he also has
again
the tombstones
problem
all
with Grey
game
Wolf. Like,
too.
how does he deal with this cloud? Like, all his anti-air
Mm-hmm.
just dies to chain lightnings. Oh, I see. He's just gonna tank it until it dies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good play. Okay.
But this,
Combust
there's the
combo
combust again. But Mephisto has really solid answers for the aggression from Grey Wolf. And he is 30 XP up. or just under 30 XP up. He's probably going to do the same
Grey
thing
Wolf,
here, where he
yeah, leaving
automatically
his base
plays.
to try and go face, and that means he doesn't have Setsu's auto attack to help his defense here. And now he's taking a lot of damage from this triggered Zhao.
That's gonna be it. That's gonna be it
That's
for
it,
Mephisto. He's gonna take that, and that's just the Scrat launcher. The aggression plan is a little bit weaker against Mordar, kind of, because the tombstones can really tank up the hits from the Scrat launcher, and you don't necessarily want to just let your tombstones die. But in a situation like that, it gave him a lot of additional HP, and he also really played around the Setsu jump, saving stuff to play, like the Blue Golem.
Yeah, I think Grey Wolf just got a bit too crazy with his aggression toward the end. He was thinking, oh, he's so low, I just need to do whatever with my jumps and I can kill him. But that wasn't true at all. He still needed to like play his Setsu jumps at the right time and coordinate with his other minions, because otherwise Setsu just like does the 50 damage and it gets blocked.
Yeah, and that's a big thing with Setsu. Getting to perk 3 is so important as well because of the extra damage, and you're not gonna be able to get to perk 3 when you're playing cards out just to do a little bit of chip damage, while Mephisto meanwhile was taking bridges constantly and getting the pressure.
And maybe Grey Wolf is just thinking, oh, my health doesn't matter because I can always combustion, but I think a bit too much pressure from Mephisto to make that actually work.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've got Apep. And this is the
Demon Warrior
possibly
Apep.
the only Apep we've seen in the top 8 yet. Like everyone else is like playing different masters.
Yeah, I think it is the only one in the top 8. And this
in
is
case we've got Demon Warrior.
Yeah, this
Looks
is
like
the Demon Warrior.
The first one is being played right there. And Apep is a master that we used to see a lot of in the tournaments, but now it's just a Beta Dwarf keeps releasing like really situational 2-mana cards, and it's making it hard Grey Wolf. I clearly thinking that combustion would have worked there, but did not clearly.
Yeah.
Grey Wolf getting okay. This is funny because Grey Wolf got a free combustion from Apep, which in the past used to be a sign that like you were going to lose the game as Apep because combustion was like so bad in usual cases. But now it's actually kind of decent to have a free combustion as like
a pretty solid card. It's not a bad card right now. It's definitely useful.
All right, good Screaming Scrat to protect his.
Plays around the Stormy well.
So now I wonder if it's like he can play. Oh, he's just gonna beam to try and deal with the blue golem. Oh, it just barely didn't get a hit in. Okay. So Grey Wolf's still doing well. I mean, the problem is he's like way behind in experience.
Yeah, he's 20 XP
that
down.
A little bit afraid that he's so behind in experience that even when he gets this Demon Warrior all charged up, that she's still going to struggle to deal with this. But he used his free combustion to great effect there.
Yep. Stormy does revive from the tombstone.
Oh, I think Grey Wolf is hoping that the Illusory Cleaver would kill the Stormy.
And there's the second
Stormy
revive.
Running around.
Just a little guy.
Maybe Grey Wolf can deal with it as like a mana puff plus some other thing. Oh, Grey Wolf's beam does not hit the Plasma Marine, so he's got to take a little bit of extra damage that he didn't have to.
The Marine res, not the best res.
Yeah.
It does take the bridge for him, though. And he has a 30 XP lead here.
But Grey Wolf, I wouldn't be too sad with how the game is going so far. Again, because Demon Warrior is going to be coming up soon. Oh, whoops. Grey Wolf playing that combustion a little bit too early. Well, did it hit the golem? Actually,
I think it did. I could be wrong. And
Okay,
there's
but
the
now
first
here
big
comes,
Demon Warrior.
Okay,
You
so
can see him playing to try to protect it.
yeah, unfortunately,
gets more
dies to a
hits.
bunch of like the smaller minions. So
But here's
not
the
actually
next
best.
one too. He's got the next one ready.
Yeah, he cycles pretty fast with his Mordor deck, so definitely pretty strong there.
Now
I
the
think he needs
healing
to
shrine
combust this
Stormy.
too to deal with the Stormy. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely want to deal with that.
does get rezzed. Might want to combust again to deal with that one. Oh no, it's just gonna not even die.
Doesn't get the hit off, so
Probably gonna kill these plasma marines though. That's all, yeah.
yeah.
Plasma marines.
It's a 20 XP difference here. He's getting closer to that APEP perk 3, and he could get a really good card that'll help him out.
Man, these Demon Warriors actually still aren't quite doing enough. It looks like.
Yeah.
Like
Mephisto just has really solid answers for them.
she looks like this huge tank, but like she doesn't actually have quite as much health as you'd expect given her
Yeah,
huge size.
she's relatively squishy.
Like I think even like a little bit less HP than this Golem, or maybe I don't know. I'd have to look at the stats. It actually looks like she has slightly more.
Yeah,
I'll have to see like how well does she do against this blue Golem. Okay, she kills it with the help of combustion, even through that healing shrine. So pretty good value still.
now
So
he does have.
oh, what? Let's see what Grey Wolf got with his perk 3. I think it was those spear throwers.
Not an awful card.
Yeah, I mean any minion that you
Pretty-
can just play whenever is going to be really
Yeah.
nice to have.
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty valuable.
Okay,
Now,
we see Grey
that
Wolf for
plasma
the first
marine,
time playing
that infiltration was- that was so man,
Oh
right
no,
into
no,
the
okay,
stormy
not
charge,
spear
right?
throwers. He got an assassin as
Oh,
his
okay.
free card.
Okay. He really has to be careful with those infiltrations against the stormy there. You know that was rough.
I think the idea of the infiltration is that you can play infiltration and then
It'll-
combust. But still not quite working out for him at the moment. I mean, he's breaking through a bit.
Yep, and he has the XP now. He's actually starting to get ahead in XP a little bit, and it's really
Yeah, this
the
free
Demon Warriors
assassin
are starting to work a
helping
little
him
more.
quite a bit. Oh, he's used beams on just the Stormy, and it does get res top lane anyway. I think that was a bit of a waste of 7 mana that he didn't really want to do.
Yeah. You see these Demon Warriors are coming out faster and faster.
Yeah, and each one is doing pretty good job against the blue golems here. Although that
Ooh,
one
the
didn't work.
combust.
Ooh.
The Combust Fizzle. He has
Oh,
10
and with
XP
Tombstone
up.
down. Grey Wolf needs to make sure that he can like play something.
right
to-
res.
Yeah, get the res. Yeah, there we go. Plasma Marines res. That's perfect for him.
2 Plasma Marine Reses. That's definitely probably best case for him here.
Yeah, that's definitely like what you need to do when playing against Mordor is always find opportunities to res things that the Mordor does not want res.
Yeah. Oh man, this is really scary for Grey Wolf right now. This is a
Yeah,
good
he's got a
push coming through.
Top lane, so that's a good use of that. Oh, but this triggered Zhao Long is dealing a lot of damage to him that he
Oh my god.
doesn't want to take here.
He's under 200 health now. He does have the totem to protect him. And I don't believe. Yeah, no, there's only Shock Rock for direct
Only
damage.
Shock Rock. The bigger danger to Grey Wolf right now is just like Stormy Chain Lightning chaining to his face.
Yeah, or
Which
another
it's
Zhao
only
Long
two
getting
of those.
through.
Like, in fact, oh, not quite reaching there, but
So
he needs to be very
close.
careful about this.
Yeah, he really needs to control that
Oh, he
Stormy.
just
And there's another
doesn't have
Zhao,
enough
the
to, like,
triggered
take
Zhao.
hits, and the trigger Zhao's
And
gonna
that's it.
right as he hits Mana Frenzy.
Oh man.
So Demon Warrior, I mean, it was a pretty good value there. It's just the problem was, outside of the Demon Warrior, they just didn't have enough in his deck to take hits. Like, there's just always Mephisto Zhao Long would be able to sneak through and just all agree with other stuff like Illusory Cleaver, Mana Puff, the Nether Bat. They all just like are just paper and will just immediately die to ranged attacks.
To the, I mean, everything other than the Demon Warrior just dies to that Stormy, like you mentioned earlier. And I mean, you saw there was a lot of value out of it, not only from the first play, but he got consistent reses on Stormy.
And it was just sort of Yeah, just death by little chip damage here and there. Just like he was counting on combustion to like defend against like big pushes, but it wasn't ever like a big push that dealt a lot of critical damage to him. It was just like little bits at a time.
Yeah, just kind of
And
chip
he couldn't deal
damage.
with that. Okay, so now Grey Wolf down to his last deck.
His rat bow.
Yeah.
Duel.
Mephisto, I don't think has lost yet. He's still just on his initial Mordar pick. Yeah,
Yep.
working out really, really well for him. So this is the Troubadour deck though from Grey Wolf. Although
Yeah.
I have to wonder how good it is against Stormy, because Stormy is just gonna AoE Chain Lightning all the support that Grey Wolf tries to place around it.
Yeah, it'll cut out that support for the Troubadour, so that could be really bad for him.
Okay. So Troubadours going to the bridge. Mephisto plays his blue golem to defend against it. It's going to do quite a bit of damage here before the Troubadour can walk far enough away. Eventually, I think the Troubadour is going to... Yeah, you can see now the blue golem has to like slowly catch up, but the Troubadour is like running away. So Troubadour does get a hit in. It might be its only one though.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, if the opponent plays a Troubadour and it hits you once in the face, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like,
It's when it starts to get those multiple hits in that it starts to be really bad
because
for
now
you.
you see like all the counters Mephisto played to deal with the Troubadour is now coming right back at Grey Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
So it
You've
looks
kind
like
of
Grey
built
Wolf
up.
needs to have some sort of combustion combo to deal with it, but he has combustion in his deck, but doesn't really have like a lot. He doesn't have like Scrat Horde or something to pair with it, so its usefulness is a bit limited here. Okay, so this Stormy is not doing a whole lot. Grey Wolf managed to play his Troubadour far enough away from everything else, so that only hits the Stormbringer.
Mm-hmm.
Critically keeping
the
this
chain's not doing much.
Sniper alive. That's the main thing you wanted.
It is. There, got the Marines there. Also, of course it's still alive as well, which is really good. You see, this is similar to what you were just saying before about the build up of things that are hitting Troubadour are still on the board once Troubadour dies.
Yes. But okay, things have settled down a bit. Grey Wolf does have a bit of a push going top lane, which does not include Troubadour, but it's still pretty dangerous. Mephisto is just gonna take damage for Shield Guard Light. He needs to play something. I mean, against Mordar, that Shield Guard might have just like killed him if he didn't play anything to defend.
Yeah. Not the best reses here.
Oh, yeah, res the Spear Thrower. That's really bad for Mephisto. And now another Troubadour is coming. I guess Mephisto's gonna try to play a Stormy soon. Was this Zhao Long the last thing he played? Oh, Blue Golem, of course. Blue Golem is a Zenji, isn't it? So he can play Stormy right after that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And there's the Healing Shrine keeping the Blue Golem. Oh, and there it goes with the Chain Lightning. But the Blue Golem Stormy combo is going to deal with this Troubadour really well again.
they're both
And
down to
now-
low HP, so
Yeah, they're pretty low.
Stormy's gonna kill itself on this.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Mephisto, that was about a
Good
half
card.
second before the res opened up. So he doesn't get the res on Stormy this time.
And yet another Spear Thrower res. Man, I think the Spear Thrower in Mephisto's deck are really hurting him in this game. He managed to get away with it in all the other games so far, but really this is sort of why you need to be a bit more choosy with your minions in Mordar decks, because it really
Yeah.
sucks when your weakest minions keep getting rezzed and you're not getting the value that
That's a
Mordar's
good
known
Scrat
for.
tank there to eat the Daka. And you see the Blue Golem and Scrat Tank are actually on the opposite side of the Troubadour here. So he's going to have to answer the Troubadour and not use those. And there's... a
On the
good
other
Chain
hand,
Lightning.
Grey Wolf needs to also answer this Scrat Tank and Blue Golem, so he's under a bit of pressure as well to deal with that. He's got pretty good answers. These swarmers are gonna block the blue golem for a while.
And
On the other
Mephisto
side,
gets the Scrat Tank res
Combustion
this
was
time,
really
which is
good.
much better.
Yeah,
Very, very key for him there to not get another Spear
So-
Thrower res.
both players
is-
defended successfully.
Hmm. This is a very large push coming in from Mephisto in the top side with the Blue Golem Scrat Tank.
And these snipers are just getting a lot of free damage in this entire time.
Oh, the Combust
Oh,
takes out the Stormy.
Stormy dies before doing anything. It's huge. And now
And
this
that
Tombstone's
Tombstone's
just gonna go
gonna die.
down. Like, even worse than a Spear Thrower res is just no res, right?
Yeah.
So now Grey Wolf has just sort of a weakish push to deal with top lane. Meanwhile, Mephisto has to deal with a much more bigger threat in this Troubadour.
Hmm.
This Troubadour might make face despite this.
He uses the Tombstone to
yeah,
take the
that's why
aggro from
fine
it,
when you're,
and it-
you're perk 3 Tombstones, you need to use them to defend.
Yeah, when you're not getting reses out of those, when they're just playing wall, it's really not where you want to be.
Oh, I think, yeah, Grey Wolf realizing he played the Stormers a bit too early. He wanted
Yeah.
to save them to kill that Stormy. Okay, Stormy goes down.
And
Grey
Grey
Wolf
Wolf has a solid XP lead here too. He's 20 up.
Yeah, I think that might be the way this game ends. I think Mephisto's just like barely holding on, but I think once Grey Wolf hits Mana Frenzy, he'll have it for enough time that he can break through.
Mhm. And there's a
Combustion
Plasma
again,
Marine res
killing
too.
Plasma Marine res, yeah.
Mephisto's just
Combust-
not getting the res that he needs this game consistently. Grey Wolf's really making sure that he kills the weaker
mean-
units.
Yeah, that's just such a big problem with this specific Mordor deck from Mephisto. Is it's just, he's got so many small minions in here, it's way too easy to accidentally get one of these smaller minions rezzed. In this case, yeah, Scrat got rezzed there. And another one's gonna get rezzed because Grey Wolf played a bat
Oh, my-
in bot lane to take it out. Wow, really good play from Grey Wolf. Like, it
Yeah.
looked like, for once, like a blue golem is gonna be rezzed, but Grey Wolf just says, nope.
He didn't let it happen. He controlled the reses so well.
And now I think this is definitely Grey Wolf's game to lose at this point.
Yeah, you see these tombstones coming out just again to act as walls really, and that's not what you want.
And it looks like
And there's the Mana
probably
Frenzy.
a Plasma Marine is the next thing to get res. Oh no,
Got the
the
Zhao.
Xiaolong got res, but still not the greatest thing for Mephisto. It's like, that's not gonna keep him in the game. And yeah, here comes Mana Frenzy. I don't think there's much hope anymore. As long as Grey Wolf doesn't like float too much mana, I don't think Mephisto can hold on. He can just like play Troubadour constantly.
Yeah.
Or Chain Lightning. He just
This
needs
is
one more
the
Chain
this
Lightning
is the
and he
march.
wins,
That's
but
gonna be
it's
it.
over anyway.
The Stint's gonna fire the last shot, and that was really well played by Grey Wolf, controlling Mephisto's resurrects there. There's just a lot of lower units in that deck that, if you're not really careful, they can be the res, and that's, if just a couple of those were Stormy or Blue Golems, this game could have been entirely different.
Yeah, and just you have to wonder, like, if Grey Wolf had been able to do that for the previous 2 games as well, maybe we would have had a better chance. But now he can still, this Ratbo deck has enough power that maybe he can still make this happen. He still has to, let's see, where are the bans again? It's like, I'm trying to scroll down to find them. Ugh. Milloween. So
Yeah, so Mephisto has the Stormbringer, and
Mephisto does not has a rat bow.
yeah, so he still has
Now
the
he has a
Stormbringer and
Stormbringer
Setsu.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. I wish I had a better way to keep track of that. Okay, so now he's gonna switch to something else to try and deal with the rat bow, and I mean,
Masters of minions and minions
I guess the
of
Setsu.
masters.
Yeah, the Setsu, because he's got
Prepare to
combustion in his deck, and maybe that deals with the Troubadour a bit better.
Oh.
What has happened?
To me,
Like we were getting into a game, and now I'm not in a game.
Yeah, that's not it.
What happened? Hold on. Bug, I left. Oh, okay. Okay, so we're having a bit of trouble.
You know, just a small technical.
We all know
difficulty.
who to blame for this, of course. In the meantime, I sort of wanted to think about which, like, it looked like Mephisto was going Setsu. I thought I
Yeah.
saw a Setsu, and
Yeah, that was Setsu.
so I believe he's locked to Setsu at this point. He can't, like, when they remake, they're not going to switch decks at all.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I can still spectate Grey Wolf, which I will. All right. And okay, the game's starting up again. So
Yeah.
let us see how Mephisto fares. Now that he's got a Setsu deck. Again, he's got combustion, but not a whole lot that goes with combustion. Certainly not enough like small minions to like combust enough of them to kill a troubadour outright.
Yeah, he can't just pop a troubadour completely.
So that's gonna be the issue for him. Is like
He does have the black hole to try to negate Grey Wolf's combustions though, which will be interesting to see how well he uses that.
I wonder, like, is that even fast enough to work? Like, I think by the time you realize combustion has been cast, like, black hole might
Yeah.
be too late.
Yeah, with the new combustion speed, you might be right. I haven't played around with it very much, but
Again, it might be a thing where if you can predict the combustion coming, then you can do it. But as far as reacting is
his first
it's not gonna
troubadour
work.
coming out.
Setsu's gonna kill all those marines. Not the marines, the swarmers. She's a marine, not the other things.
And the black hole there to let Setsu hit the
Yeah.
troubadour for the full clip before going back.
I mean,
How
pretty good black hole, but like
it's just to
Not-
delay.
fantastic. Like it sort of got what you'd expect from a 2-mana card, but wasn't like game winning or anything. Of course, like eventually the stuff came back out of the black hole and dealt with Setsu. And because overall that was kind of successful for Grey Wolf. He got some face damage in.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay, Grey Wolf is, I think, correctly playing the Troubadour top lane. He doesn't want it to. He wants his ability for Ratbo to shoot at Setsu and deal with her.
Yeah.
Setsu would just get like free damage in on the Troubadour.
Yeah.
I do love a good upgrade.
So Grey Wolf does take a bit of damage from that, but now his Troubadour is still at full HP and charging in top lane with this sentry to support it.
The sentry and the sniper there. There's a quick combust. It actually, that was a really good combust. And
Oh
there's
my
the
God,
black
look!
hole.
Mephisto did it, yeah, black hole to counter the combustion, because now the combustion is just like gonna be negated, yeah.
Yeah. Really well done.
This Troubadour still hit face once, despite all that. But now
Yeah.
there's a werewolf coming as well. And
Yeah.
Grey Wolf had to spend a chain lightning to even help deal with that, and he's still. This Grey Wolf's gonna. I mean, this werewolf is a Grey Wolf, right? Grey Wolf getting hit by another Grey Wolf.
Yeah.
That's not what he
A little
wants.
bit of wolf on wolf crime there.
Yep.
And here's the next wolf among sheep from Mephisto to deal with this shield guard.
And I noticed that this is actually a pretty nice combo, and a reason for Wolf Among Sheep to be played here is that combustion can be played on the Wolf Among Sheep, and it doesn't kill them.
Yeah.
The Legionnaires just barely stay alive after getting combusted. So he's
And
gonna do it
it's-
here.
Yep. It's 4 units as well, which is a nice amount of damage. It's not as much as like a Strat Horde, but that's a lot of damage.
600, yeah, that's deals with most things.
Mm-hmm.
At least gets them low enough, like even like
Now-
a strat tank that's gonna get so low that like the werewolf will finish it off easily.
And there've been a lot of cool plays, right? And we haven't focused on the XP as much here, but Mephisto has a solid XP lead, and he's very close to perk 3. And Setsu perk 3 is incredibly dominant. The stun and additional
Yep,
damage is
and
massive.
here it comes. It's gonna stun up this shield guard.
Yops use
quite
it
a
here
long
to
time.
clear, which is smart because Grey Wolf does have the Troubadour, and you don't want to just jump face.
Yeah, now Setsu's hitting face, and at any time Mephisto can play a spell just like that to reset her.
Oh yeah,
So Grey Wolf
and
taking
there's
a lot of
another
damage
quick
here.
spell there to push out this damage, and it's so
And
much.
This is looking
And
real bad for Grey Wolf now. It's gonna be
No.
real tough for. Oh wow!
by the time he
Mephisto!
deals with the Setsu, he's already cycled to the next, and this is
Yeah.
just more face damage. He doesn't have a spell to refresh yet. He has it in hand, he could, but he opts to save it to play smarter. He doesn't want to just try to go for the face damage and have something go wrong.
Oh man, this looks like.
But this
it's
is
gonna be
so
over
close
for
now.
Grey Wolf.
Yeah, this
not gonna be
late
much
Setsu is
that-
gonna win.
Grey Wolf can do. I mean, his
Mhm.
only hope is to like keep 8 mana in his hands to Troubadour, which he could try
Yeah, but he
playing
has
right
to-
now. No, he plays
Nope,
Chain
that's it.
Lightning, but
That's
in
gonna
the
be
wrong
it.
corner. Oh, I mean, even if Chain Lightning had hit Setsu, I don't think it would have been enough.
Yeah, I don't think that the Chain Lightning can save him there. I think that goes that way.
I think if he had any hope of surviving there, it's gonna be Plague Troubadour to take the Setsu shots instead. But even then, he needed to make sure that like Setsu didn't clip his master with the stun shot to do 80 damage anyway. So
Yeah,
it
you
was,
have to be really careful.
It was basically he didn't have much chance to win
Mhm.
there anymore. But anyways, that's it. Mephisto has won 3-1 against Grey Wolf, and
Very
moves on
well
to the
played.
finals.
We
So-
will be taking a short break before the finals to allow the players a little bit of time to prepare.
Yes, and it's going to be the battle of the Titans, Mephisto versus Cat. So
If you've watched an amount of KPCs, any amount really, you've probably seen this matchup. It's really exciting. These are arguably the two best players in the game right now. For a while now, actually. I feel bad even saying arguably because they're both so dominant.
yeah, I'd be very confident saying these are the two best players in the game currently.
No,
So-
absolutely.
I'm really looking forward to seeing them face off once again, this time in the finals where they belong for KPC. They've often faced each other in like the quarterfinals or semifinals, but now this one for the full prize of KPC 33. So we'll be back
Yeah.
in about 5 minutes. We'll see you then. All right, and we are back with the finals of KPC 33. Again, this is Cat versus Mephisto, two extremely worthy competitors battling for a prize, which I believe is still the $500 Steer Series code.
Yep.
So,
Cat versus Mephisto.
So I'm very glad to see that, again, the Cat has sort of changed up his decks a little bit from last time. He's got his Ravager, which, what else? Do we have some stats for these players as well? Stats, Cat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. You see the stats pop up for Cat, and that just shows how ridiculously well Cat plays. He has 139 wins, 29 losses.
82.74% win rate. Oh my goodness.
That is absolutely wild.
Oh my gosh, I'm having a tough time getting the stats here. There we go.
I got it for you.
Okay,
Mephisto. Go ahead.
62.77% win rate. I think he's like drops games here and there, whereas Cat tends to like 3-0 people. So
Yeah,
He
I think the real charm for Mephisto, the real competition, is generally in the KPI, the King Puff Invitational, rather than the regular King Puff Cups. But that being said, it's by no means he's definitely a very dominant player. 63, just under 63% is still a really good win rate.
I mean, I think he really shines in like he's done a really good job in both the King Puff Invitationals. Like he really like amps up his game and practices a ton for those.
Yeah.
Whereas Cat, I think, is just a lot more of a consistent player, where he practices basically like year round, basically for this game, and just always keeps refining his own style.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see how Cat can deal with some of the more interesting things that are going on with Mephisto's deck, including the Stormy that he's bringing.
Yeah.
And the Setsu that Mephisto has. Like, typically we've seen players having a lot of trouble with the aggression that Mephisto's Setsu has been bringing, especially with the Wolf Among Sheep. So, in fact, Cat, I think critically, just doesn't really have a whole lot of good counters to the Wolf Among Sheep in his decks. I think the best thing he has is like the fire imps in two of his decks.
He doesn't. It's not. His decks aren't as teched around it as maybe like a patch or two ago, where it was a much more common thing to see.
Although fireballs still one-shot the Legionnaires, don't they?
And he does have the fireball and a Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
He has okay cards for it.
Okay. So, I mean, of course, the issue there is not just like Mephisto playing the Wolf Among Sheep and leaving them alone. He's probably going to try and play the Wolf Among Sheep and then immediately combust them as well. So, the Fireball's not going to help a whole lot in that case. What else is here? It looks like, amazingly, I'm actually surprised by this a lot. Mephisto is running more Divine Warriors than Cat is. Cat only running a single Divine Warrior in his King Puff deck.
Yeah.
And that used to be like his signature card. I'm changed about it. Like,
That's funny. That is really funny to notice, actually.
I guess maybe he decided it wasn't that good a card anymore after losing to Croaker X, who didn't have any Divine Warriors in the last tournament.
Yeah, the meta's switched around a little bit. We actually have bans now. Cat has banned Mephisto's Stormbringer, and Mephisto has banned Cat's Ravager.
Alright, well, I will spectate Mephisto as well.
Okay.
And yeah,
spectate Cat.
Yeah, Mephisto's Stormbringer was banned, which if there's anyone's Stormbringer you want to ban, it's probably Mephisto's. That used to be sort of his signature master.
Yeah.
The one he has the most experience with. So, still an interesting ban there. It's just like, I'm looking at it, I don't see like a whole lot there that you really need to be afraid of, but maybe just Cat doesn't want to deal with the incremental damage from the Stormbringer attacking him over and over. So, also Mephisto bans the Ravager. He just doesn't want to deal with the extra aggression. So
Yeah, it makes sense, honestly. Ravager, in my opinion, is definitely a master where if you make a small mistake or two, which no matter how good you are at the game, it's inevitable. You're going to make a mistake at some point, unless, I guess, you're Mephisto and KPI or Cat during the regular season. He's a robot. He's not really a regular player. But like you're gonna make a mistake, and Ravager is 100% the kind of master where if you make one or two mistakes, it could be the game, just like that. We should be getting into the game any minute now.
I think it's more just like, even if you don't make mistakes, Brutus tends to just be able to be backed up by like a bunch of stuff all at once. You just like Cat can just dump a bunch of mana of minions, just like Cleaver and Shield Guard and Dragon Ball all at once with the Brutus, and it's just like impossible to take less than 1,000 damage against that. So Mephisto just doesn't want to take that risk. Okay, instead we've got Mephisto's Mordar deck, which he had done really, really well with in the last match.
Yeah.
And Cat's Mordar deck as well.
Yeah, we start off with this mirror matchup.
And I'm not sure Mephisto likes this though, because a lot of the power from this Mordor deck Mephisto has comes from the Stormy, which isn't going to be good against like a lot of big tanky minions that Cat has. Cat has a Harbinger. He's got a Shield Guard. He's got a
Scrat tank.
Scrat tank as well, which is like really good against Stormy, of course.
Yeah.
So Mephisto maybe want to rely a bit more on Blue Golem. Although interesting putting the Blue Golem top lane. I guess he really doesn't want to lose it to the Fire Imp.
Yeah.
All right, so Mephisto might play Stormy, yeah, and then plays a Tombstone instead of. I would have put the Scrap Pack down to take the Fire Imp shot instead.
In the meantime, this Blue Golem is starting to push over finally, but Cat just plays out the Harbinger and the Flame Imp, and
yeah, that Blue Golem got.
It'll deal with it so easily.
That was Mephisto played that a while ago for 7 mana, and it did nothing.
Yeah, it was 7 mana to walk over the bridge, basically.
Oh wait, it did do something. It activated his Stormy. It gave it more health.
Ah, yeah, there you go. There's the answer. This is a Harbinger and a Flame Imp behind a Scrat Tank, though. That's a very big push.
Yeah, it's just this is gonna be so difficult for Mephisto to deal with this Harbinger. Oh no, and his Tombstone wasn't quite ready in time to res his Scrat Tank. He really needed that here.
And meanwhile, Cat has his Tombstone up and active, and it's gonna be a Flame Imp res. Not the best res, but it is a right into the screening Scrat. Ooh. And then there's a Xiaolong res as well. Solid XP lead from Cat.
Already looking really bad for Mephisto. It's basically kind of what I expected from this matchup.
Yeah, I definitely think that Cat's deck here.
Minions. Mephisto really wishing his Stormy was a Harbinger right now.
Yeah. Just overall, definitely think Cat's deck has the edge here in the mirror matchup.
Well,
and there's a Marine res.
Wow, Cat actually. I wonder if he knew for sure if that combustion was going to hit the Plasma Marine, because it looked like I thought it wasn't going to, and then it did, and I was got a great res for Cat, like basically.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think this Shield Guard might just kill Mephisto if he just do something else.
It's just, yeah, it's still unfazed, just kind of smacking away. It's not going to be a very quick kill, but...
Okay, finally, Mephisto plays enough stuff to deal with it. Oh no! Mephisto hoping that Healing Shrine would be able to keep his Stormy up, but no. It just barely didn't get over that 100 health threshold by the time it shot its lightning.
And there's perk 3 for Cat, and Mephisto is so far behind in XP and HP at this point. It's looking really grim for him.
Yeah, I don't see how Mephisto has any chance to come back here.
Yeah.
Well, this Blue Golem is holding on for a little bit at least. He needs to find a way to deal with
there's the Frenzied Shield Guard from the
these reses from Cat
and the Scrat
just
Tank.
back-breaking here.
And meanwhile, Mephisto's about to get Plasma Marine reses again.
Oh.
Which... the value just isn't there.
Yeah, sometimes just when Mordor is sort of really backed into a corner like this, is on the edge of dying, you sometimes just need to make some certain plays to stay alive, and that often leaves your weaker units vulnerable to getting hit and res instead of better stuff.
Yeah.
And here again, there's one Plasma Marine res. Oh, it looks like he's gonna get a Blue Golem, but that said, the Blue Golem he played initially didn't get a whole lot done, so...
And this Harbinger is still in the middle of the field
here.
here. Yeah, the Harbinger is still in the middle of the field here, and Cat's played another one, so... And you can just see the value that it's getting.
This is another thing. It's just Cat could just sort of spam Harbingers at this point. The mana regen is high enough now that there's not really an efficient way to deal with them anymore.
Yeah.
And these Blue Golems are just basically cursed to do nothing the entire game. I guess this one's gonna kill the Fire Imp, but
so he does get does end up with a Fire Imp res, but Stormy is not going to get a hit off. And meanwhile, look at Mephisto's face. That's going to be game for Cat.
All right. So a quick 1-0, and I would not be happy if I'm Mephisto, because that Stormy deck, I mean, it looked like it was going to be really good against like most of Cat's other decks. Well, kind of. Specifically, it would have been really good against the King Puff, and I think that's what he was expecting, is that Cat would just go King Puff first yet again, like he usually does. But in this case, Cat getting the better of the mind games there, switching it up a bit and going the Mordar first. So now I think like Mephisto's best answer to the King Puff is now gone. That said, I mean, he's still got a few other things that might be able to work. So, but first he has to deal with the Mordar, of course.
Yeah, he needs to get through this Cat Mordar.
So it might be Ratbow that he switches to. It might be, yep, in fact he does. He switches to the Ratbow, which has his Howling Moon. And that's significant here because it just cuts the HP of everything by half, which really hurts Harbinger, really hurts Shield Guard as well, and Scrat Tank. So that might be what he specifically made this deck for, is to try and counter Mordars. Do you have any thoughts on that? Do you agree with me? Am I disconnected?
No, that's my fault. Sorry, my dogs were barking and I was trying to save the ears
I see.
of everyone here. Yeah, I definitely think that it'll be helpful with some of these beefier units. However, I still think that the Harbingers are going to be really impactful as we get to the point where he can get multiple out. And the Wolves won't be able, to do much overall against the Harbinger spam.
Okay, but
No, he does have the snipers though to deal with
snipers. Yes, that's what I was about to say. Is that, basically, the snipers can deal with the Harbingers, especially once their HP has been cut by half. And then he's got Wolves and Divine Warrior to deal with everything else. And Daka as well, in case there's like a big tank,
Yeah,
like a Scrap Tank in the way.
He has a lot of tools.
Oh, what? Wow,
Oh.
that tank just sort of decided to dip back a little bit and close its lid right as the sniper shot it. That was really lucky for Cat.
Cat.exe working as planned.
Like, yeah, you can't even plan for that. That was just sort of, I don't know, I guess Mephisto technically made a mistake playing the mana puff, because I think that's what drew the Scrat Tank away a little bit and caused it to close its lid. This looks like it's gonna get a Shield Guard res here.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Shield Guard res. He plays around it. That feels
there's not
really
much you
good.
can do besides just like let the
The Scrat Tank didn't take the damage.
And neither did the Zhao. The shield actually.
Yeah,
they're still.
This is still a really big push.
So that's some weird interactions that actually make Howling Moon quite a bit worse than I thought.
Yeah.
That's interesting, I guess. As a lid so strong that it can like negate dark magic.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That like the Scrat engineer that made that tank really should get a raise.
Maybe they're like the Warhammer orcs, and it's just off of belief. They believe so hard that it's how it works.
Ah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Scrat power.
Oh, again, the Scrat Tank. Like usually,
Mephisto.
this is sort of a weird situation where like sometimes the Daka is really good against Scrat Tank, but other times like you need to make sure you time it right, so that it doesn't get blocked, which is what happens.
Mephisto does have a nice XP lead he's built up here.
Yeah, these snipers are doing amazing. They've just been sitting
so
back,
strong.
doing tons of free damage at an even faster rate than they usually do.
Yeah, they were already a pretty decent card, but this recent buff has just given them that edge.
And there he made sure to res the the Dragon Whelp, because that's definitely the weaker thing.
There will be a shield
Maybe
guard
the-
res.
I would have saved that dock a little bit longer for the Scrat Tank. Like, what if he gets used on a Scrat Tank right now?
Yeah,
Well,
I think the shield guard was probably going to die anyway, but also, you know, the Scrat Tank died really quickly still.
Mhm.
And now he
two
has more snipers out. And it's they're
this
similar.
is basically what Cat wants to do with Harbingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's being done to him earlier because he can't deal with these snipers at all.
It's funny. That's actually exactly what I was gonna say. It's kind of like watching the Harbinger play, right? Where they're stuck back in the back pocket for so long and they do so much damage with the range. Sniper Squad's a really crazy card in situations like this.
Cat getting a shield guard res, but like honestly, doesn't really matter that much if they're just dying to free for all this sniper fire.
Yeah.
Although in this case, it might actually break through if he can get through these little scrats. Oh, nope, the snipers
There
just
it
barely
goes,
live. Okay,
and they shall.
he kills one, maybe two.
He gets
with the fire,
two with
yeah.
the fire. Yeah.
But I mean, at this point, Mephisto is like
Almost
psychopath
50
now,
XP ahead as well.
that he can play more snipers. There they go.
And if you think the sniper spam's crazy now, he's 50 XP up and only 50 XP away from Mana Frenzy and closer to a point where there's even more. It's really hard for Cat to keep up here.
Yeah.
You notice he hasn't been able to play the Harbingers.
Keeping the
because-
experience up. And oh, okay, that was a good Howling Moon.
Oh yeah, that was
A lot
really
of
good.
big stuff that Cat had on the field, but now it's a lot weaker.
Yep. And meanwhile, these sniper scrats in the back pocket are just chipping away at everything. Oh man, since the last time I've seen it, it looks like Bannerman's attack animations changed and he kicks things now.
Yes, he's got this like glorious like can kick. It looks
Yeah.
hilarious.
It's phenomenal.
Uh-oh, a shield guard gets through, is taking out these snipers. Mephisto need to
And
maybe
there's
pay a little bit more attention and deal with those. Like, yeah,
there's another one right behind it. Yeah, he gets that dock out, but the next shield guard's already here.
Yeah, I think now the problem is Cat hit perk 3, and now that the frenzy from these things are proving to be a little bit difficult for Mephisto to deal with.
He's also got more mana to work with as the mana generate kicked up, and now he can get more of these larger units out a little bit quicker. And there's the Howling Moon again with the Scrat lid closed. It only half healths the Guardian, but these werewolves are a lot of damage.
And I think finally Mephisto built up enough snipers they can finally push back out, although it looks like Cat's gonna try to do the same thing back. Just wait for the snipers to get close, and then
There are
and then be
so
able to
many
deal with them
snipers
once
on the
bridge.
board.
Like it's so much easier to deal with all these snipers when they're in this position, like close to the bridges, than they are like back in Mephisto's like safety pocket.
Yeah. However, Mephisto is 7 XP away from Mana Frenzy. The lead is still huge.
I mean, Mephisto just needs to be careful that he's not taking too much damage.
Yeah.
Down at a point where like one really big push from Cat could end up killing Mephisto. So it's not, Mephisto's not over yet, even though he's hit Mana Frenzy.
Yeah,
He
we've seen it.
Still needs to play well.
Yeah,
That's
we've
what
seen it earlier even, where Mana Frenzy isn't necessarily a win against Cat or any good player really. You still have to maintain what's kept you in the lead. You can't just play frantically. That being said, Cat is, again, getting more and more of these large units out quickly, and they're eating a lot of damage. I mean,
Part
these
of the
Scrat
problem
tanks
is
are
these,
just
yeah, these Scrat tanks specifically.
so
Like
good
they're
against...
doing a pretty good job of just like taking up sniper shots without the snipers doing anything. Like all the free damage Mephisto is expecting to get isn't exactly free damage. It's just sort of free shots that do nothing.
And there are 2 Xiaolongs and 6 sniper Scrats on the board
Yeah,
right now.
Now, this is a little
It's-
absurd.
It's a musical beat every time the snipers go off. It's beautiful, really. And you can see they're getting onto the bridge again, and that's kind of where Cat wants them. Although at this point it's bad for him because it's a lot of an extra mana for Mephisto. There's a
Yeah,
shield
sort of
guard pop.
well with these snipers is once they start hitting face, they become just barely in range of Mortar's attack, and he kills them pretty
And
quickly.
that's-
He's spun up. And you
That's
can
so
see
close to
he
it.
didn't quite kill Cat, and now Cat has an opportunity to get Mana Frenzy. So This is actually pretty close. Like if Cat could just hold on a little bit longer.
He
and
has
take
the
these
mana
bridges
frenzy,
back.
but the werewolf's
But
gonna
no
get to his face,
werewolf.
and that's gonna be it.
Oh,
Mephisto
very close
takes
game.
this game with all the sniper scrats. Honestly, the sniper scrats did so much work there.
Yeah, this is just man. I have lost to that sort of thing from Mephisto when he plays this Ratbo deck so many times. Just the snipers are just infuriating and just they keep getting more and more and more of them and protecting with Bannermen.
Yeah, they keep building up, and the later in the game you go, the more sniper scrats.
All right, so that's 1-1. Cat has lost his Mordar. He can now switch to his Milloween or his King Puff. And honestly, I don't know. I mean, neither one I think is favored against these snipers because, like, the issue there was that like Mephisto could just sort of hold out forever and get free damage with the snipers without the snipers even touching the bridge. So
Yeah.
if he plays King Puff, what's his bridge swap gonna do? Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
On the other side,
Um,
like he could play Milloween and like
Masters, get
I don't
ready.
know. Hopefully get the bridges again somehow. Well, he
he
trying
does
his
play the King Puff.
So he's hopefully gonna at least use the bridge swap to deal with like the stuff that Mephisto plays in front of the snipers.
And quick bridge take from Mephisto, and then spear throwers from Cat to take both bridges.
Also, the extra
Standard.
shields from King Puff's perk 2 is gonna help a bit against the snipers.
Yeah, it'll block a couple shots here and there, and that can really be important.
All right, Mephisto already playing his first 2 snipers. Cat probably is going to wait a bit to
We'll let him hit
them
bridge.
get closer. All right, that was interesting.
He
how
plays the flame in to deal with them,
Wow,
but
snipers
they take it
actually-
out.
I'm not sure that was true before they buff. I think the fire imp often would just like kill them both before they could shoot it.
I
So
think so.
so that's actually a huge significance, like
Cat
increase in their
does-
effectiveness.
Cat does really well dealing with the werewolves there from the Howling Moon. He doesn't take damage, which is really good for him. Not to take the extra free damage, and you're just seeing a kind of standard play here, just trying to get the early XP lead, get a little bit of an
Yeah.
advantage and control bridges.
I mean, that said, like Howling Moon isn't really an all-in card anymore. I mean, it's fine
Yeah.
to just get the 2 werewolves and just say, hey, that's the value I'm getting from it, as well as like, let's say if he times his Howling Moon like perfectly so they can deal with the Scrat tank, like right when it's open. It opens
Yeah.
briefly when his Scrat comes near it.
And
Yep, he got it
that's it
perfect.
right there. There's the timing, and these werewolves are gonna tear that tank apart.
Oh, but now we've got a Shadow Whelp chasing them, and not much Mephisto can do to
And
save
there's
them from that.
the Divine Warrior, just to make sure that, again, they don't hit face.
The Shadow Whelp is getting quite a good bit of value here. Mephisto's probably gonna have to, I guess, use a Screaming Scrat to tank it.
He
Or
can-
just... Oh,
I said
right,
he
he's
can play-
Ratmo. Never mind.
He's Rappo. A lot of people forget about that sometimes, so it's very good though. Playing out the Zhao and letting the Scrat tank it. And here's a bannered sniper squad.
Yep, he's trying to kick that tank as much as he can. Okay, he goes down. Is Mephisto gonna try to... Okay, yeah, he places Divine Warrior, which is just gonna be barely enough to keep the snipers out of range of the fire.
Yo.
And Mephisto's just like spamming everything he can.
Trying to make sure that
to
this
keep
flame
the
imp doesn't get
snipers
it out, but
off
it does
fire
make
shot
it.
there. Wow, this
And
is
this is such an
very
even
close
game.
Yeah. I was about to say their experience is just neck and neck here.
There's an
Ooh,
drastic
Cat's Shadow
difference.
Whelp. I think he played the Shadow Whelp to take the bridge, but ended up going after
Getting
the you know.
Yeah, that was not what he wanted. I'm pretty sure that's not what he wanted from that. He actually pinged a little bit of an X there to say like, hey,
Oh.
no.
I noticed Grey Wolf was doing a lot in his match too. It's just like telling us commentators what was going on by pinging. Kinda
Yeah.
funny.
You know, he's making sure that we're keeping up with him.
Oh, okay. Howling Moon
Alright.
was played. Did not affect the Scrat Tank.
Yeah, the Scrat Tank's
Oh.
still gonna die really quickly to the wolves, but they're gonna die in return pretty quickly. These are enraged buzzers, and they do a
Mephisto
good bit of
spending
damage.
a lot of mana to protect this one sniper. I wonder if this mana is better used to just play 2 more snipers instead.
Yeah.
Certainly at this point, it'd be a good thing to do. There they go.
Oh, this is such an even game. This is peak right here. Really good
Yeah,
gameplay.
Mephisto's getting pretty good value off these snipers. It's just the issue is needs to be able to take the bridges as well.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Nice.
good Daka, basically almost killing that Scrat Tank.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the Screaming Scrat played perfectly in time to open the lids so the sniper could finish it off. Very well played.
Yeah.
Alright.
The Shadow Whelp stealth just in time to not get aggroed to the Sniper Scrat shot. Or to take the Sniper Scrat shot.
Yeah. I'm still not quite sure on the effectiveness of this Shadow Whelp instead of a regular Dragon Whelp. Like,
Yeah.
I guess the best thing about it is that because it costs more, it gets affected by King Puck's perk, which I guess is
Yeah, it also can be used really well to deal with certain cards with kind of like an assassin would, right? You get a nice chunk of damage, and then you can oftentimes, if you play it on your field defensively, it can get more value because of the stealth. But I don't know if it's the strongest card, but this is the first time all game actually you see Mephisto's really taking control. Actually, he managed to get a really good push
Mephisto
in.
hit perk 3, and while Ratbow's perk 3 isn't the best, it's certainly much better board control than King Puff's perk 3. And now you can see that all these extra
And he's
strats
just-
providing.
He's having such a hard time dealing with this. Cat might
Yeah.
actually end up losing in this push. Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, Cat's just really
There's
falling
no
apart
world.
here. These snipers.
Can't.
It's just all these lines of units coming in. He can't deal with the snipers and all this other stuff.
Yeah, and that was such an even game until it wasn't. Yeah, those. Oh, I have a spectating error.
I didn't. We're good. Do you need to wait a sec to get back in?
Oh, I think Cat's game might have
Cat
crashed.
gave strats. Of course it did.
I'm lagging terribly. Okay, Cat. So that's fine. That's what happened. Give him a moment.
I mean, that's unfortunate, but not much we can do about it for how these matches are concerned. If he did like end up losing that game because of lag, that's it. So unfortunate reality of playing on like international tournaments like this, where we have to play online.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, Cat is down to just his Milloween then,
Mm-hmm.
which is what I sort of expected him to go to after the first loss to that Ratbow.
Yeah.
And the only problem with that is that, I mean, the obvious, Arcane Golems are really slow and can get shot a lot by these snipers as they're walking slowly toward them.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the reason why Cat didn't pick it in the first place. On the other hand, Cat does have a Shock Rock and a Fireball. So if he really needs to, if he realizes that that Mephisto has played these snipers in a really advantageous spot, he could just expend the full that mana, like the Shock Rock to like strip the shields from the Bannerman, and then Fireball to kill the snipers. So if he really wants to not deal with the snipers at all, that's his plan. There's still a slight chance that it goes wrong, because what Mephisto can do is not play the Bannerman immediately, just like sort of wait to see what Cat does. If Cat plays a Fireball, Mephisto can try to time his Bannerman to block the Fireball hit. And if Cat plays Shock Rock, well, that's not even enough to kill the snipers. So Mephisto wouldn't have to do anything. Like, it's gonna be this weird mind game where like Cat has to try and like have the Shock Rock and the Fireball hit like really close to each other, with the Shock Rock just like barely hitting first, so that it's hard for Mephisto to play the Bannerman in between them. All right.
Appears Cat is back on the game.
Okay,
Hopefully his lag issues will be resolved now.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's sort of the game plan that might be revolving around Mephisto's pair of snipers, sniper squad. That's what it's called, right? The SS. Probably shouldn't call them that. Never mind. Just edit that out.
Rush, you gotta be careful there, buddy.
Sniper squad. Okay, so
Yeah, the sniper squad. Snipe squad. You know, not what you said.
okay. Anyways, let's see here. What else can we say? The Howling Moon is not going to be as good in this matchup, of course. Anything else? What are your thoughts on this matchup that's coming up? The Ratbow versus Milloween.
Honestly, I definitely think that Cat's gonna have a hard time dealing with the sniper squad still with the Bannerman, like you had said, and I don't know. It also depends on if Cat is lagging or not to drag that into the matchup or anything. But I think if we see a game where it's even for so long like last game, which I don't necessarily think we will, because it'll be a little bit harder to keep even without King Puff Perk 2 power. But if the game drags on longer with the clear skies and combination of the golems, I mean, it'll be really good for Cat. But I think he'll have a hard time answering the sniper squad still. And we'll see again. It really just comes down to that buildup of sniper squad is so strong. We're actually getting into game.
Okay, so we've got Mephisto playing his little crossbow dudes right away. That's actually an interesting include that I haven't been really talking about. That might be just sort of, maybe just like a counter to scrap packs. Like just sort of a cheap minion that kills scrap packs and takes the bridges back immediately for basically as little mana as possible. Oh, yep.
Oh, he
there
gets
you go,
the banner
Mephisto.
out just in time.
That's why Bannerman is here.
Yup, that's Bannerman.
So Cat unfortunately not doing the game plan correctly. He needed the Shock Rock to be a part of that, of course. And oh no, he's Shock Rocked and missed that sniper. So now it's gonna hit him a bunch, unless these scrats deal with it. That's a reality of snipers. It's just
that was a lot of
hilarious
value though.
to deal with them once they are on the bridge.
Yeah, in the meantime though, I mean, that was a lot of value out of them. Cat did play a lot to try to deal with them, and it didn't get much.
Alright, so in the meantime, Mephisto playing more snipers. Of course, he's just gonna do his usual game plan, just try and build up as much snipers as possible, protect them. Cat's gonna, I guess, try to build up enough of a push that he can break through.
Yeah.
Okay, Fireball that
There we
time ended up killing the Sniper Scrat.
And the
But these
Screaming
wolves
Scrat
are
played
probably
here
going
to
to
protect this
kill the
golem.
arcane. Oh,
The Screaming
no, not
Scrat
quite.
Scrap Pack was just enough. The Scrap Pack helped with that little bit of extra damage to deal with that.
Crossbow dude's got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Mephisto quite a bit ahead of an experience. He just hit perk 2 now, so Cat already needs to be a little bit prepared for the
Dakas.
more Daka that's gonna happen. Oh,
And he actually played the clear skies there, I think to try to get the Bannerman shield off as the fireball hit.
Yeah, it was a number
it
of
was-
things. He also healed up his stun lancers as well.
Yeah, the stun
So
lancers.
they could take another shot. But in the end, like, yeah, he didn't time those effects like together enough.
Yeah, and the sniper
Like the-
strat kind of lived on.
So it's very, very tricky. I'm sure he's like a bit unused to having to even deal with this timing at all, because not many people run the sniper squad other than Mephisto. Oh, I think this was a mistake from Mephisto. Oh, Cat clearly thought that the arcane missile is going to hit both snipers. Instead, it only hit one of them. So the other one still had a shield.
Yeah,
What I was
that's
expecting there was nice Daka on that golem. But what I was expecting there is like, again, Cat needs to like play the shock rock to hit both of them. Because that's
Yeah,
gonna
to
be, if he
knock
aims
the
that
shield.
correctly, that's for sure going to hit both and get the shields off of both.
and then it'll allow the fireball.
But I mean, Mephisto's making that as difficult as possible by splitting up these snipers whenever he can.
Yeah, he's keeping them split up, and the timing has to be really quick to get the shock rock to actually pop the shields when they're split like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't get the half health on the Scrat tank, but
Yeah, and another thing is that this one stun lancer like completely stunned one of its wolves to its death.
yeah, really
Bad for Mephisto.
won that trade for Cat there. And Mephisto does have an XP lead here, but Cat is slowly catching up, and once Milloween hits perk 3, it's a really big
Okay,
swing.
these snipers are crucial. If Cat can get them killed, then it's gonna
And
be
there's the
critical.
banner.
No, Bannerman protects them.
Yeah,
And Cat does still have the option, like right now, he could Shock Rock Fireball to kill them, but
the Daka hits the
I don't know if I can
assassin.
do that. He's just gonna try and rely on his Scrat tank to shield.
And there's
Oh, there he
there's
goes.
the shock rock fireball, but the next sniper squad's already played too.
Oh,
This
really
is-
good. That arcane missiles was played perfect.
Yeah,
Hit both of them, and now Mephisto's in a bit of trouble actually with these arcane golems. I think he needs to play Howling Moon soon to cut their HP so that he can deal with them.
yeah, these are two
There you
level
go.
5 golems. There's the Howling Moon. And once they're fully over on Mephisto's side, he has the Divine
Mephisto
Warrior
just trying to
out,
play all
but-
the spells he can to deal with these werewolves, but they're just too tanky. 400 health, just you can't deal with that with spells effectively unless you use beam.
But Cat does have that perk 3 now, and as long as he can protect these golems well enough, it could be really bad for Mephisto, because they're going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, again, it just depends on these snipers. If Mephisto can keep these snipers alive with smart use of his bannermen, then that's gonna be enough to deal with these arcane golems as they come in little bits at a time. Oh, and here's Daka just outright
Oh, an
kills
excellent
the
Daka.
golem. Really good for Mephisto.
Unfortunately for Cat, the sniper's already aggroed to his golem before he got the Scrat tank out, and
Really
the
good
Divine's going to block the missiles really well.
It's just, yeah, Cat's just having such a hard time dealing with all these really smart counters from Mephisto over and over again. Finally, he has an opportunity to fireball to kill them while Mephisto didn't have Bannerman. But in the meantime, Mephisto is now like more than 20 experience ahead, closing in on Mana Frenzy. And this is certainly a deck where once he has Mana Frenzy, these snipers are going to go out of control. We've already
Oh,
seen
it's-
them in the
yeah.
previous game.
It's just so much. And this Howling Moon is also so good against these golems, cutting down their HP constantly.
Great against the golems, great against these Scrat tanks. We've really seen in the past few games how this strategy just all comes together and how useful Howling Moon is as just like a support for these snipers.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same kind of cheesy quality that it had before. Like it's very much a good card still, though, as long as
And
you
here
play it in the
comes
right
two more
situation.
snipers.
Two snipers,
another
and there's two
Bannerman to protect
Zhaos.
them.
There's 2 shouts currently on Cat's face.
Yeah, that's not good for Cat either. Okay, there's a bit of a push coming in bot lane Mephisto has to deal with. Here comes another Howling Moon.
And that'll be Werewolf's
HP.
spot.
Oh, the sniper in mid sort of died somehow. I guess Cat dealt with it with a spell. Arcane missiles, likely. So he's a bit vulnerable right now. He has to play 2 more snipers. He certainly wants to have a lot more than 2
He's
snipers
trying.
at all times now that he's Mana Frenzy.
Yeah, and you can see Cat's just fighting so hard to try to control these bridges so that he can catch up in XP. But it's so hard to actually get control of them because of the constant swarm and the snipers just ticking away at his units.
Yeah. Okay, so Mephisto, again, the sniper's bot lane dealt with by spells. I think that's like the key thing here. Mephisto, while spamming all these other things, he needs to make sure he's protecting these snipers enough, because I don't think he's going to get through without their help, although he's doing a pretty good job right now.
Yeah, the wolves are actually so crucial here for the push because they're
Yeah,
really
I
beefy
think
and they do a lot of
the wolves are
damage.
now enough. Like, finally he managed to break through with just all the spam, and that's it! Mephisto 3-1 defeats Cat and is the winner of King Puff Cup 33. Very, very well played from Mephisto, beating really scary decks from Cat. Like, usually we see these, all 3 of these decks that he beat are capable of going 3-0 against most players.
Yeah, that
And-
was really well played by both.
So
But Mephisto just had the right
definitely
answers.
proving, yeah, why Mephisto is one of the top players in this game, and proving again why he deserves the title that he has as double KPI winner.
And as we get closer and closer to the KPI, you can see Mephisto's coming out swinging.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, Mephisto won't be available for an interview, but again, it's a really congratulations to him for another outstanding game, another outstanding set as a whole even, and also to Cat for 2nd place. They both played really well.
Indeed.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see
Very,
if-
very fun series to watch.
Mhm.
Like, I'm nothing to Cat. Like, he's a great player, and I really liked watching him, but it is nice to watch that there's like now the 2 tournaments in a row where Cat has lost to somebody, and it showed that like he's not this indestructible robot that can roll over everybody. He still has there's still ways that he can be beaten. So
Yeah.
the tournament scene is a lot better knowing that. So, anyways, let's see here. Looks like we're not going to get an interview from either player, so
Yeah.
that's fine. Mephisto has taken the $500 Steel Series code for 1st place. Cat, the runner-up, gets $100. Florian and Grey Wolf get $50, and then Crocorex, Acer, Westland, and Darien all get $25. So congratulations to our top 8. They all played very, very well throughout the day to get to this point. And looks like that is just about to be it for King Puff Cup 33. I'd like
Yeah,
to
I believe that's the end of that.
thank the casters for Swiss Stage. Thank all the players for showing up to play. Our sponsors, Steel Series and Beta Dwarf. And I keep forgetting, but the casters as well, like Smoshy. is
The
casting
streamers.
Right now. Streamers.
Yeah.
Did I say cast? I meant streamers.
Yeah. You said casters.
Smoshy.
That's okay.
Yes, I'd like to thank myself for casting.
Yeah, I'm Rush 2nd, and I would like to thank Rush 2nd for casting today. Yeah,
Yes,
but no,
I-
but thanks to Smashy, and earlier today, Expired, who it was his first time streaming for us, and he did excellent.
July and Salbei for organizing everything.
Jules.
Yes. Yes. Jules and or July.
No, it's Jules. It's not July.
Fine,
it's
whatever.
Expressly Jules. Thank you, Jules. Thank you, Salbai, for all
Thank
the hard
you,
work.
Jules. So there we go. Okay. Well, did I miss anything? Do you have any else
no,
to add, Apples?
I believe you covered everybody. You even remembered the streamers this time. I'm really proud of you.
Thank
So
you.
once again, thanks to all the viewers again for coming out and making it all possible. Without you watching, there wouldn't be a reason to have it. So